Good morning, guys. I am so excited to be here today. I had an awesome weekend. I'm sure most of you guys did as well. Hopefully you guys got to enjoy it with your mothers if you're lucky enough to have a mother still, or your loved ones. It was an awesome weekend. I personally had a moment of clarity, a breakthrough. I think most of you might have seen the video I posted yesterday. I had the opportunity to go and have a 10K. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the running world. That's about 6 point something miles, 6.3, 6.5 miles, something like that. And I like running. I'm naturally, I guess you could call me a runner. I'm built for it. But I haven't been running much. I ran in Guatemala for when I was there, but it's a whole nother experience when you run in the heat, or if you run in the cold. I personally hate the cold. That's like the worst thing you could ever give me. I'm counting the days when I don't have to live in Jersey anymore. I hate
you and everybody else.
I hate the cold. It is the worst. So, long story short, it was pouring yesterday morning. Most of you guys know, and I had to be there at 10 o'clock. So I said, hopefully, the weather's not as bad when we get there. And showed up, and it was pouring still. And not only that, but it was in Sandy Hook. So if you guys know Sandy Hook, you're getting all the crosswinds. You're getting all. It was terrible. I got out of the car and blew the door off the hinge. It was so windy. It was crazy. So everything was telling me, everything was saying to myself, get the hell back in the car. You remember last time when you did the Spartan race? And for those of you who don't know, the Spartan race in October, and I almost got carried off there in an ambulance because it was so cold. I almost got hypothermic. It was crazy. People were falling left and right, really bad. It wasn't that cold, but it was really cold. It was like in the low 40s when I was there, and the wind was crazy. But it was pouring. And I said, you know what? If I chicken out, it's just a sign that I'll do everything that way. And I got to give it a try. At least if I fail and I freeze or whatever, then the worst case scenario, I'll come back to the car. So, and then I kept telling myself, it's too cold, it's too windy, and then my mind kept telling me that, and I kept saying, you know what? If I handle it like that, I handle everything in my life the same way. So I just did it. I went out there and I ran, and you know what? It was a mile from my car to the start line. So I actually ended up doing like 8 miles yesterday. It was ridiculous how big spread out this event was. But once we got started, I just plugged in my headphones and I started listening to a guy by the name of David Goggins. You guys know David Goggins, most of you, right? I don't know if you guys have never heard of him. Maybe somebody who's watching has never heard of him. This guy's amazing. He popped on my radar a couple years ago, and I heard that he did like this ultra marathon. Those ultra marathons that they can run like 100, 200 miles. I mean, it's insane what they do. But this guy, he wasn't like one of those professional runners or anything like that. He was just a guy with like a will to accomplish this. So he went out there completely unprepared, without any sufficient supplies, without sufficient water, without sufficient, anything. Even his sneakers were the wrong kind. He wasn't prepared at all. And like I was saying, I'm trying to keep this brief as possible, but he broke his feet while he was running because it was just so much. It was so much his body wasn't used to it. But he kept going. He just strapped his feet up with some, I think it was duct tape or something. He just kept running. And I was listening to this guy while I'm running my 6 miles, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I'm such a wuss. I'm over here complaining about 6 miles, and this guy did like this incredible race. So this goes to show you guys, the human mind is capable of doing a lot more than what we think we are, even if it hurts, even if we're in pain. Because I was in pain, like my knee started hurting me after 3 miles. I haven't ran in a while, and I do have there's times when my knee does act up. I just kept thinking to myself, I said, you know what, if I back out, if I stop, if I just start walking, it's a test for me. It's a mental test. How much pain can I take? And sometimes in life, it's not physical pain, it's mental pain, it's spiritual pain, it's things that you feel like you're getting beat up left and right. Everything's against you. Your knee, the rain, the wind, everything's against you. But then you think to yourself, you know what, if I don't believe that I can do it, no one else is going to believe I can do it either. So I just challenged myself. And the last mile, I just kept thinking about, you know what, it's Mother's Day today, right? Of all days, it's Mother's Day. My mother, I'm sure she endured way more than an hour worth of pains having me through childbirth. And I'm sure it hurt more than my knee right now. And I just kept thinking about 6 kids. She went through 6 childbirths. Natural, no drugs, 6 childbirths. I said to myself, stop complaining, get it done. And I did, I got it done. That's what got me through my last mile without stopping. It was a lot of fun. I've done a 10K before, but never in that kind of weather. And it really is different, guys. Everything is different when it comes to weather. I did a 10K in Massachusetts once. It was all hills, and that was awesome. I loved it because I love that kind of a run. this was all flat, so it should have been easier, but just the rain and just made it a miserable experience. Even though it's a beautiful place, Sandy Hook is really nice. You see the water, really, really nice. Yeah, but it was hitting you from every angle. It was nuts. It was really insane. But just to give you guys a quick little insight of what happened to me over the weekend. So I just had an eye opener and just thought to myself, bring it on. Whatever life hits you, whatever life gives you, make it work. All right, guys. So we're going to talk today about a couple things. First off, we're going to start off with our moment of gratuity and what we're grateful for and what we're affirming ourselves to. We're going to do affirmations right after that. Then we're going to jump into our compound effect presentation today. This compound effect thing, I had no idea what I was going to talk to you guys about going into this weekend, and then Saturday night, I just had an epiphany, and I said, this is what I got to talk to you guys about. And you guys are going to I hope you guys find it very interesting, and it's going to be very interactive. You guys are going to participate a lot in this. Then we're going to break up into groups, so we're going to do it together, and then we're going to have our announcements. Now, we did have our mastermind presentation set for someone 2 weeks ago, last week. But the person did not show up. I haven't heard from them if they were going to redo it again. So if they're not here today, I'm going to have to ask for a volunteer who hasn't gone yet. And if somebody has already gone and you want to go again, by all means, you guys can go again. If something else is on your mind, you want to practice your public speaking, or you just, God's telling you to say something, a message, anything, doesn't matter. It could be any one of you guys. If you guys want to get up here next week, we could definitely do it. Okay, cool. So let's start with our moment of gratuity first. Joelle with our all-new automated randomizer. Can we see who we have today?
John Lewis.
That's automatic.
Man.
I'm always grateful. I'm grateful my son is healthy. I'm grateful that he's reading a grade level above what he is, and he's just supposed to be learning how to read. I'm grateful that I'm so pretty. What is there not to be grateful for?
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. I love that. Love that mindset.
Keep landing on Joelle.
Okay.
She's saying Joelle.
No. Okay, it is me though.
I thought you said that.
I literally almost spit my coffee out.
Please do know I have my
You're about to wear my coffee, Mike.
I got it.
I thought you set it up.
I'm grateful for my job.
Expand, please. And I don't think anyone heard you. Back there, especially. I don't think Diego heard you.
I'm grateful for my job.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Why is that? There's many jobs out there. You could always have a job.
Huh?
There's a lot of jobs out there. Why so much this one? Why you are grateful for this one?
Since you met me, I was not the person I am today. So thank you.
There's a bit nicer.
That's
I don't know about nicer. That's it.
All right. Thank you, Joy, for sharing. Appreciate it. Who do we have next? Diego's in the house now. You can add him too.
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
He gets picked every single week.
He
It's
said
not my
that,
fault.
he said that doesn't seem too random to me.
I'm grateful for the amazing Mother's Day I had yesterday. My aunt, my grandmother, my mom, beautiful people. I enjoyed their company. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you, Jonathan. And we're all grateful for our mothers. Don't forget that, guys.
I got you now.
Oh, you got me?
Mhm.
Oh, thanks. Okay. All right, guys. Even though I may complain a lot about Jersey and the weather and how cold it is, I'm grateful that I was given the opportunity to come to the United States and actually start a career here. Because for the majority of the world, they don't have the opportunities that we have here that we take for granted. So I am grateful that I'm in the Garden State, that we have 2 months of good weather, that we are as densely populated as we are. Even though some people hate it, but then again, it's good for business. So I am glad that I'm in New Jersey. I'm glad that I have the opportunities that I have, and I'm glad I met the people I have. Even though sometimes I question myself as to why some people are the way they are. But it's anywhere. That would be anywhere. That would be in Oklahoma. That would be in Hawaii. People are people no matter where they are. So I am grateful that I was given the opportunity to have a childhood here, to raise my children here, to just be a part of this country and just be in New Jersey no matter where it is. Maybe I might find myself in a different state in the future, but I am grateful that I was given the opportunity to be here in America and in New Jersey for the time being. For whatever reason, my parents decided that this is a better place in California. I don't know why, but we did migrate here when I was 5 years old. I think we came to New Jersey. But I'm happy and I'm grateful, and I'm really, really content that I have all of you, in my life now. So thank you, everyone. That's what I'm grateful
Yay!
for. We do have Margaret here
Oh,
too,
Michael.
and Diego's here.
I put Diego.
Oh, Margaret's here.
Me?
Yeah, Michael.
Oh, Michael.
It's always us up here. Yeah, you guys go every day.
The randomizer's not me this time.
I guess I'll keep it relevant also. I'm thankful for my mother, and the mother that my wife is to my daughter. I'm thankful for everything that my wife does around the house
Cool.
and to help raise my daughter.
Absolutely. She takes good care of you, I'm sure, too, right?
And yeah, I'm thankful that she takes good care of me as well.
That's awesome, bro. Good. Let's jump on to now some affirmations and some goals. So for those of you who have never attended one of these masterminds before, our affirmations are our self-talk, how we talk to ourselves, what we think of ourselves, how we interact with ourselves when no one's around. Because it's important what we say to ourselves. It's important how we reflect on what we're capable of doing. And we also want to take the time to think about what our goals are. Because our goals a lot of times are only capped by our limitations, our mental limitations. So if you guys want to give us a combination of the two, if you guys want to pick one or the other, it doesn't really matter. This is your moment. This is the way you can take it up as you want. And the reason why we do this in a public setting, guys, is because it's good to have people around you hold you accountable. Because when you say things in front of other people, your mind starts to think, okay, I said it in front of someone else, now it means I actually have to do it. You start to push yourself more. Because if you have a conversation by yourself and you never let anyone know about it, chances are you think to yourself, well, if I don't do it, no one knows, so it doesn't really matter. No one will know I gave up on my dream. So, Joelle, if you would, with the randomizer, see if we can get someone. Huh? Oh, James?
Not Thor.
Which one?
No, but James.
With Rashad, right?
No.
Yeah.
What was the,
Your affirmation or your goal for today?
I'm positive and excited.
And positive and excited and doing well in everything I do.
So you're positive, you're excited, and you do well in everything you do.
Yes.
So you're gonna, any goal you want to share with us at all?
Not right now.
All right, okay, good. You're positive and you're excited, and you do well in everything that
Yes.
you approach.
One of the affirmations on the meditation I had is people, when they first see you, you have to set off a good energy. When people see you, because they look you up and down and they follow you throughout the room, you want to be that person. So that's why I aspire to be.
Absolutely, yeah. Your energy is contagious, guys. That's your calling card. As soon as you walk into the room, people know what time it is. That's why sometimes I come in and I try to greet you guys and give you guys a little. Even though it's hard for me, I'm an introvert. I try to, be a little bit outside my comfort zone most times. But what James said is 100% true. People feel your energy as soon as you walk in. You can be the nicest person in the world. If your energy's low, you might think that you're off or you're not someone you can they can trust. So definitely an important thing, and you have to be conscious of it. What do we have next, Charlie?
James Thor.
James, start.
Yep.
What's your affirmation for today,
Yep,
James? You mind giving him the mic?
My affirmation is, I am a good real estate. I am a great real estate agent. My goal is just to be able to do the best I can in this business and provide for my family.
You are a great real estate agent.
I am a
James.
great real estate.
I am a great real estate
I am a
agent.
great real
You
estate
believe it?
agent. Yes, I do.
I believe it. I see you every day grinding. That's awesome, brother. And your goal is that you're going to provide for your family. I know you will. Okay, what do we have next? Jenna. Pass it back to
There's Mike's all the way back.
Oh, there's Mike back there? Oh, cool.
Pass it back here.
You guys are awesome. You guys think of everything. Jen, you can speak. No, you can leave it there. Is it good there on the table?
Yes.
You can leave it there. Yeah, so just pick it up everywhere.
So, my affirmations and my goals don't change. I actually have it on my mirror right when I wake up and I see it.
Let's hear it.
It's, I will be a top producer and I will give my daughter the life that both her and I deserve. And, always be happy, true to yourself, and you are the one who holds the key to your own success and happiness. So anybody with negative vibes, keep it over there.
Keep it arms. I am a top producer. Say it.
I am a top producer. I'm going to close my second deal. Yes!
There you go, Jen. That's what I need. That's what I need. Good job. That's rubbing off. We have another one? Esther. There you go, right? Go ahead, girl. Tell us your affirmation. Tell us your affirmation.
So mine are, I am a top producer, I am a top earner, I am a Forbes self-made woman, making over 200 mil in net yearly income.
Yeah.
I am,
Get some autographs.
I am a leader in my community, and my goal for today is to get my bride to sign these damn documents.
Buyers will sign those documents. They will. You will find them. You gotta treat your buyers like that guy from Taken, you know, the dad from Taken. I will find you and I will make you sign these documents. That's
Send a
good.
couple guys over there.
One more? Diego? Oh wow, Diego. He's never coming back to these trainings. Diego, you guys are terrible. Diego, tell us what you're affirming, what you want for your life, what you are, what you want to be. Tell us, buddy.
My affirmation for today, I want to be a little bit more positive, because I'm always, let's say I get a deal or I got an appointment, I'm always
Think of the worst?
Yeah, not negative, but I'm always waiting for the documents to be signed in order to say, okay, I really got the listing. So I want to be a little bit more. If I got a phone call, I got to set up an appointment. Okay, this is a done deal. That's how it's gonna go.
Okay.
And my goals, I wanna start trying to be better every single day, a little bit better than the day before, improving my health, my job, that's what I want to.
Say, repeat this affirmation with me. I am positive in all aspects of my life.
I am positive in all aspects of my life.
Now say it like you mean it. Come on. Come on, Diego. Diego!
I am positive in all aspects of my life.
I love it, bro. Put some bass into it. All right, brother. Good. I'm proud of you, Diego. Thank you for being here. That's a start, bro. That's a real big start. Okay, guys, I'm going to jump on to our quote of the day. This quote is directly tied into our topic for today. Persistence and consistency are the greatest forces we have. With these superpowers, we can reshape mountains, so why not our lives? Okay? So you guys know how the Grand Canyon was formed? A lot of people thought it was a meteor. A lot of people thought it was different. It's actually water. Water just kept at it. Water never stops. Water never listens to the sky. Water never listens to fire. It says, water, you suck. You can't carve that mountain. Water just keeps carving. Keeps going day and night. No matter what people say, no matter what happens, no matter what wars, no matter what economy, no matter what recession, never stops. So why can't we be more like water? Why can't we be more of what we know works, and let's keep doing it until we start reshaping our lives and start reshaping our surroundings, our futures, our lives, everything. So I really found when I put this together, I really found a lot of, how would I say, a metaphor with that, because there is nothing that we can look at in this planet that is as powerful as water. Water has the ability to wipe out communities, reshape landscapes, do everything, but we have to start. Good morning, brother. We have the power. We have the same power. We are limited. Unfortunately, we are limited to roughly about 80 or 100 years on this planet. So there's not as much as we can do, as water can do, because water has unlimited time, or how much time God wants to give it. But within 80 or 100 years, if we gifted to have that much time in our life, we can do tremendous things. We can do such great things. But we have to start thinking and start being and acting more as a consistent and persistent power. Just like water. Don't think about it, just do it. Water doesn't think. Water doesn't get up in the morning and say, oh man, all these haters and all this stuff, everyone around me is so negative. Water does not care. So let's be more like water. All right, so what we're going to talk about today, which I'm very excited about, is the compound effect. Let me go back to this full screen. Is the compound effect. So let's see if I can jump down. All right. So some of you guys may have never heard of what compounding does. Some of you have, and there's different ways to approach it. First thing I wanted to tell you guys is a little quote here that I found while doing the research for you guys. Compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. Think about that. If you understand compounding, you will either benefit from it or you will be a victim of compounding. Okay. Do you guys know who said this? I know you probably, most of you guys know who most recently said it. Do you guys know who originally said this? I think I saw a hand up or two.
Dale Carnegie.
No.
Sounds like
Close
Buffett.
though. Huh?
Sounds like Buffett, but.
Yeah, well, Warren Buffett actually said it. Warren Buffett actually said it. He repeated it. And he,
Sorry.
we're almost there.
Where are we going?
The original person who actually said this quote was Albert Einstein, but then Warren Buffett most recently has claimed it, not claimed it, but he said it, and people have taken notice. But yeah, compounding interest is one of the greatest things that can happen to a human being, or one of the worst. Now, when I say the greatest, I mean because a child right now at 5 years old can put away, I don't know, maybe $50 a month into an account that has 5 or 10% compounding, and by the time they're probably 21, or maybe by the time they're 65, it's going to be an incredible amount of money in there without having to keep putting more than $50 a month or $100 a month, something that's so minuscule. But if we started at our age now and ran it to 65, just like the child would, and we put $1,000 a month, we would be nowhere near what that child would have because of compounding. So there's an old story that goes, would you rather have $1 million or would you rather have a penny that doubles every day for 30 days? And most people would probably say $1 million, but the penny that doubles every day for 30 days is, I think, $6 million or something like that. It's like a ridiculous amount of money. And it just goes to show you that this is the law of compounding. Same thing that happens with a snowball that starts as a little snowball at the top of a mountain, and it keeps coming, keeps coming, keeps coming. Before you know it, it turns into an avalanche, and there's nothing that can get in its way. Okay, so that's the same thing with the laws of compounding, but it could also work in the introverse. It could also work against us. Does anyone have an idea how compounding can work against us? Yes, Beatrice?
If you're shuffling too many things at one time, you could be losing interest in your passion without even knowing it.
Yeah, in our lives, we can have too many things going on at once, and it can compound on us, and we can not focus on one thing, or we can have so many other things that it's a spiral. I saw a hand up there, back there, I'm sorry. Yes, Margaret?
I was just thinking in the interest of having like credit card debt.
Yep, credit card debt. Imagine. Yeah, you have interest compounding on every month if you keep that debt. And then what happens if you get another credit card because they give you another line so much and you get that one, and then you get another one. So it could work just as much against us as it could for us. So today we're going to learn to notice the difference in the two and how we can position ourselves. So it could be working for us and not against us.
One way that I like compounding interest as well, to working for us is, you have a Discover card, you spend $2,000 and they give you a bonus at the end of the month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You borrow someone's money for 30 days, give it back to them, and then they pay you for doing that.
Yeah, so that could work. That could work in your favor, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah. If you're able to work with other people's money, then your return sometimes that could be infinite. You know, because you have no money in. So yes, compounding and money and stuff like that could definitely work with us. We just have to be savvy enough to know how to work it. Okay. So we just spoke about some things that are positive, some things that are negative with compounding. So if you wanted to retire at 65, right? We have a couple of options, right? Where we want to retire maybe at 50. Some people would say they want to retire earlier than that. I mean, some of the young people in this room like, I want to retire when I'm 35, 40. You know, I hear that. But you'll never retire. As long as you have the entrepreneurial spirit coursing through your veins, you will never retire. You may change careers, you may tone it down, but if you are who you are today, you'll never change. If you guys are sitting in this room today, if you guys have made the initiative to become real estate agents, investors, you'll never retire. But let's just say that you want compounding to make your life easier, right? We want to make things a little bit less complicated. So some of the ways we can make this less complicated are how, you know, we can invest into retirement accounts, right? Right. So you guys, I'm not sure how many people in this room might have retirement accounts or other types of accounts. But one of the worst things about retirement accounts is that yes, you do have compounding working in your favor, but you also have a lot of other things working against you, which are fees, because these accounts come with a lot of fees. So when you really do your numbers, the people who are really benefiting from it the most are the actual custodians or the people who are holding your money. They're making more money than you are, okay? And you're not really in control of your assets. So let's just say, for instance, one day you look at your account and you're like, wow, we were doing good. And then the economy tanks and like, wow, it's worth nothing now, right? There's like such a big margin of difference when things are good and things are bad. So I'm not a proponent of that. Some people in this room may love it. You know, I still have IRAs and things like that, but I'm not a big fan of it because I need to be able to touch my assets. I need to be able to see my assets, control my assets. So I wanted to show you, I wanted to spend a moment with you guys to explain how people never think about this or never actually bring this into the equation when they talk about compounding. Think of real estate as compounding. Let's see how real estate can be compounding, right? First of all, if you buy a property today, and let's just say that you bought it for $100,000, if you could find one for $100,000, I'm just giving you an example. Now, you have two forces working for you. You have the force of appreciation, which means that every year that home may appreciate. Overall, some years it doesn't, some years it does, but on average you will appreciate, okay? Well, you actually have a couple forces, and I'll explain to the other one in a second. That'll be the last one I'll tell you guys about. So that's one way that you're having compounding working for you, because every year you have more equity, so it's growing. And next thing you have is that you're paying down any debt, right? So every month that you pay your mortgage, and James, you can be, you can chime in on this if you like. Every month that you pay your mortgage, more money goes towards the principal every month than to the interest. In the beginning, it's very heavily weighted on interest. So, that's why people say like, oh, the first 10 years are basically you're just paying interest. So as time goes by, you are paying more towards that. So now you have two forces working for you, appreciation and you're paying down debt. Now, can someone tell me what the third force of compounding could be?
Increase rents.
I'm sorry?
Increase rents every
Increasing rents, yeah, that's a good way of, I wasn't even thinking of that, but increased rents, if it's a rental property, absolutely. You could have increased rents every year, because what happens to those rents? What do? They go up. Why do they go up?
Because you want more money.
Yeah, we all want more money.
Appreciation on the building?
Because of the economy, I'm looking for a certain word. Inflation. Okay, so if inflation is having an impact on your rents, what do you think inflation is doing to the value of the property?
Depreciating?
It's also appreciating because things cost more now. The dollar is worth less. Things cost more. So in actuality, sometimes we think that homes are worth more money. They're actually, the dollar is being depreciated. So if one day, God forbid, we're going to see something like hyperinflation or more inflation than we normally see, normal inflation is about 2 to 3%. Is what we want to have 2 to 3% a year. But think about it. You have 2 to 3% growing every year in inflation. We may have appreciation on top of that, and we're paying down debt. So all these forces are working for us night and day while we sleep, while we're doing other things, while we might go into a different business venture. If you start accumulating real estate, even if the property doesn't make you a single dollar every month, it just covers itself, people sometimes ask, well, is it a good deal? Well, I don't know. How long do you plan on holding it for? If you plan on flipping it tomorrow, then it's probably not a good deal. But if you're looking at it as an investment, then it's a fantastic deal because you have so many forces working for you. Now, some people might say, well, you have a loan against it, so since you have a mortgage against it, isn't that bad debt, or isn't that compounding against you? Well, no. If you keep adding mortgages to it, then yeah, it could be a problem. But if you initially take a loan on that property, and there's a difference between good debt and bad debt, it's considered good debt because you have someone else paying for it. Now, it's not all sunny days, too. You guys got to remember, there are going to be times when your tenant doesn't want to pay. There's going to be times where something breaks in the house, and there's going to be unexpected, things that are going to come up, expenses that you never thought of. But overall, when you start gauging it out 20, 30 years, 40 years from now, you're not going to care that you had to fix a faucet. You're not going to care that a tenant moved out for a year. For a month or two. And then you start getting better at it because as time goes by, your knowledge compounds too. Not just your property. But now you start to become a wiser person, you start to become a better real estate investor, and you start to be able to read people better. When I first got started in this business, I used to rent apartments to just about anybody. Anyone with a heartbeat, you want an apartment? Great, take it. I swear, I was the worst landlord ever. I bought a 4-family house with my dad, the first investment I ever made. And I was just so excited, I just rented it to whoever, right? And then I had this couple move in. Within 1 month, they were selling drugs out of the house. They had a dog in an apartment. They were destroying the whole place, and they stopped paying after the first month. And I was like, oh my God, this landlord thing is not for me. I'm not cut out to be a landlord. I hate being a landlord. I'll never do it again. It took me forever to get them out. And then when I was able to get them out, on top of being terrible tenants, They literally tried to take the washer and dryer with them. It wasn't even there. It was so funny. They literally tried to do that, and it wasn't. And the only reason why they did it was because I believe whoever built that laundry room put the washer and dryer in first, and then built the laundry room around it because the door wasn't big enough to get the machines out. And if it wasn't for the door being like 28 inches, they would have taken those machines. It was so funny. But I said to myself, I'll never do that again until I started to become more educated and I started to learn more. So I want to explain to you guys, it's not only income that's power and compounds, it's also your knowledge. It's also the things you learn along the way. Because nowadays, to be honest with you, I don't even look at my attendance anymore. I have someone that does it for me because I've learned so much that I can train someone else and I know what to look for. I ask a couple questions, how's the income, how's the credit, any evictions, and we look at a couple things, and then, you know what, sometimes you gotta take a risk on people. If they have everything that pans out, you know, then you have to take a chance. I mean, life is full of chances, that's what you have to do, but they're calculated chances. They're not just roll the dice chances, they're things that you learn after a while. And yes, you will have a tenant or two sometimes that are going to give you problems, but you know there's solutions for it. So this is the stuff that I can explain to you that is good. This is some good compounding. Now, like Margaret explained, some bad compounding, credit cards, right? That's definitely a bad scenario. If you guys use credit cards to your advantage, that's an awesome thing. I have, you guys know, probably most of you guys know him. His name is TJ. He's an appraiser. I know a lot of you guys ran into him. I know Diego knows him. This guy never pays to fly anywhere. He gets these credit cards with these miles on them, and he always maxes them out but pays them off every month. So he never pays the interest on it. But he's always traveling to like India, Dubai, all over the world. He's traveling on the bank's money. So tell me, that's awesome. Like he perfected that. And every time I think about getting a credit card, I always call him first. I say, which one's giving the most miles? Because he's like a genius when it comes to this. But if you're not careful, those same credit cards will bury you. Because those same credit cards, even though they're giving you these rewards, these teasers, they're betting against you for you not to be able to pay that. Because if you don't, those credit cards will come back to haunt you. I mean, they're terrible. There's been times as real estate investors, you guys have come across this. Sometimes you're cash poor. You're equity rich. You have hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equity, but you have no money in the bank. Sometimes you got to use your credit cards to float your job. Sometimes you got to get these Home Depot cards that you carry 14, 20% interest rates, and you got to pay the minimums until you close on a house, and it happens all the time. But if you don't have an out for those credit cards, you're in big trouble, because those minimum payments, they're never going to pay off that debt. You'll probably take you about 20, 30 years to pay off the debt if you hit the minimums. So if you guys are finding yourselves that you're in a situation where you have a lot of credit card debt, I would tell you before you start spending on unnecessary things, make a plan to start paying down all these credit cards first, because there is nothing worse than having 20% interest rates on your credit cards and trying to run your life, because this is definitely stress. This is where stress comes from, is when you know you're not in control of your finances. You know, there's only the IRS, I think, is the only one that can probably charge you more interest than they do. But it's crazy. You don't want to get in that position. So other liabilities, like you guys spoke about earlier, could include. I think it was James. You gave us an option. No, it was you, Petros. You gave us another example that sometimes having too much on your plate, having too many things that you handle, could be a negative compounding effect. Because what happens is, if you think that no one can do your job as good as you, and you don't want to delegate anything, there's always going to be more things that are going to come on your plate that are unexpected, and sooner or later all these things start to compound on you. Then you never do anything really that good. If you have so much on your plate, can you really focus on that one thing and do that one thing in a good way, in a good manner? Probably not. You're probably just going to be very mediocre at all of them, if that. And you're probably going to get a lot of complaints from other people because you're not working at their standards. And what's going to happen is it starts to create this spiral effect and starts to bring you down even further. Your mentality goes down. You're less productive because your mentality is down. Then you do even less. And then it just starts to get worse and worse and worse. So Petros is 100% right. Sometimes your daily functions, the things you have on your plate, could get the best of you. So that was a good example of what you gave us, Petros. Next thing could be, next thing I want to talk to you guys is the rule of 72. You guys have heard of this rule before? Okay, so this law, and I've given you guys an example here. What this law is just basically a math equation. And what it does is that it tells you how long it will take for your money to double. Okay, we all want our money to double, right? That's the game. That's the name of the game with compounding. We want everything to double. So the rule of 72 says that if you take the interest that you're getting on your money or on your investment, if you take that interest rate and divide it by 72, it'll tell you how long it'll take for your money to double. So can somebody give me an example? Let's just say, who can tell me what an IRA or 401k or anything will pay you out? Give me just a quick example. Even your bank.
But
Okay.
with the IRA, the going rate for IRA right now is what, like 2%?
2%. Okay. So somebody do the math for me, right? 2%. Now let's divide 72 by 2. Can somebody give me that number?
36.
So it'll take you 36 years for your money to double. That's how long it's going to take you. So if you do the same number, if you do the same, let's say, if you do the same equation or same little math scenario we have here, do it with, I don't know, 4%.
The effective return on most are 6 to 7%. So use that.
If the market has done like at 8%, I think over the last 30 years or something like that, is that what you mean?
Well, the effective average, including fees and everything else.
Oh, you mean
so
backing out all fees?
Yeah.
6
So
to 7%.
usually you weight your return off of 7%.
Okay.
That's why most people invest in real estate, because you can beat that.
You can beat that easily. All right, let's hold off on that number, but let's do 4%. We just figured out that 36 years is what it would take at 2%. Let's do 4%. Can you do 4% for me, Petros, or someone else? 18, right? Now let's do what John Lewis said. Let's do 7%.
10.2.
10.2, so it'll take you 10 years to double your money. Now, what if we get into real estate, right? We start seeing maybe 12% returns?
11, 12.
11, 12% returns, so do 12%.
6.
6 years. So that's not too bad. I mean, like 6 years to double your money, and then you double your money again another 6 years down the road. You do it, and you do that 10 times. You're onto something. But that's why people look for these big returns. So as a real estate investor, sometimes people get kind of greedy. They say, well, I want to make $100,000 on this project. Okay, well, how much do you have in? Well, I put $50,000 in as a down payment, and the hard money company took care of everything else. Okay, so you're telling me you want to make a 150% return? What is that? Like 150%? That's nuts, right? So sometimes you gotta use these numbers to bring people back down to earth. So if you're putting down 50,000 and you make 50,000, at the end of the day you just made 100% return. There are no vehicles out there right now for you that could give you that kind of return. Even if you made 20,000 or 25,000, 50% return on your money is damn near impossible anywhere. So there are a lot of ways that you can use these compounding scenarios to help you guys educate your investors. Pull out the rule of 72 and tell them, listen, what are you getting in your bank right now? What are you getting in your 401k right now? What are you getting in your stocks right now? So next time they come belly aching to you that I don't want to invest unless I'm making $100,000 on your next deal, you can pull this out and tell them, well, listen, on average, you ain't making anything out there. And if you're making 2% in your bank, you're barely keeping up with inflation. You're losing money in the bank. So if you made 20 grand on your last deal and you put in 100 or you put in 50, you're still way ahead of the game. You're way ahead of everyone else. So this is a good rule for you guys to start to learn. Okay, next thing I want to talk to you guys is the key to compounding is never to touch it. This is a very big disciplinary action for most of us. If we put money in certain places, we are tempted sometimes to dig into it and use it for personal things, maybe business opportunities, whatever the case may be. But if you really want compounding to work, you have to leave it alone. Especially in the beginning, we're really tempted to do that because compounding doesn't seem that strong, doesn't seem that beneficial when it's year 1, year 2, because you're getting really small returns. But as the money grows, let's just give you an example. As the money grows, let's say we're earning 10% on $100,000. First year, you might make $110,000. Next year, you'll make $111,000. So you see the increment between 110 and 111 is only it's small. I'm sorry, and 10,000, 11,000 from next year is kind of small. So you may think, oh man, this is going to take forever. But by the time you get to like year 10 or year 15, now they're not growing. It's not increasing by $1,000 every year. It's increasing by tens of thousands of dollars every year. So it starts to really take effect down the road. But sometimes we're tempted to take that money out early because we're the type of humans have the type of mentality where we want instant everything, especially now in this day and age where we live, that we want instant results, we want instant gratification, we want instant everything. It doesn't work that way. We have to be patient. If we don't have patience, we'll never become successful investors or successful in life, period. Warren Buffett is known to be one of the greatest investors in the history of our humanity. And the reason why he is because he's patient. He plays long plays. He doesn't go and day trade. He doesn't go in and out of stocks like most people do, because he just believes that the law of compounding will take effect and things will start to work in his favor. That's why his company is one of the most successful companies, investment companies in the world, because he's done that and he's perfected that. So, you know, he's a wise man. I think to learn from someone who's one of the richest people in the world, I think you guys should pay attention. So this is one of the biggest factors in being successful in compounding. Is just let things compound, let them work, let things happen. Next thing I want to talk to you guys about is earlier is better. Unfortunately, no one here is lucky enough to have a time machine, so we can't go back and invest in Google or do any of that stuff that we could have done at a long time ago. But you know what? We all have the opportunity to start doing something that's going to allow us to compound today. But we always find a reason to not do it because of whatever reason or whatever, you know, you have money tied up here. But there's always time to start, guys. And the only time that you guys have control of is today, the moment, the present, right now. We don't have ability to go back and do it before. We don't have an ability to do it in the future right now, because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. You know, anything could happen in the future. But as of right now, your potential is limitless. You guys can do anything right now within your financial ability. You guys have to start sooner the better. Now, if you're not in a position to start, I get it. You know, we're all in different walks of life right now, but it all starts with a decision, number one. So if you can do anything today, make a decision. And number two, what you could do is make a plan. Because if you don't have a plan, then you will never execute, because you don't know what the next steps are. You don't know what is going to take place after your first initial thought, after your first initial contact with someone who's going to put you in the right direction. You need to have a game plan. If you don't start at least with that today, you're never going to start investing money. So you really have to think about when to start is really important when it comes to allowing compound to take place. So if you start, the sooner, the better it is for you. Your 30-year-old version of yourself from now, your 30-year older version of yourself is going to thank you for everything you did today. I think sometimes to myself, wow, you know, this is tough. Buying real estate properties, guys, anyone who's bought real estate in here, and William is my he's my witness. Real estate, guys, is not easy. It is really hard. I mean, you have investment properties where, you know, tenants, they're giving you a pain. They all move out at the same time. Or you buy a property and then it takes forever for the city to give you permits. Contractors, forget about it. That's a whole other topic for another day. It's crazy. It's not easy. But you know what? I think to myself sometimes, it's all going to be worth it 30 years from now. It's all going to be worth it when all these things are paid off. So I'm okay with that, guys. It's okay because there's never going to be a perfect anything. There's never going to be a perfect situation when it comes to investing. But at least you know that if you play these long games, long versions of your game plan, then you will always be happier in the future. So I'm telling you right now, the best time to start is today, even though it's going to be hard. Look, if I waited, had enough money to buy everything cash, or I waited till I knew I was financially stable to write checks to everyone and not even take a second glance at my checking account, I would have never started 4 or 5 years ago investing into rental properties. But I did, you know, and I took a chance, and I took on partners, and I did whatever I had to do to get started. And I encourage all of you guys to start putting yourselves accountable. So how can you put yourself accountable? Find a property, put a deposit. And once you have your money on the line and you have your work on the line, you'll find a way, right? You'll find a way. If we have our backs to the wall, we're all survivors. We're going to find a way to get out of that situation. But if we never take a chance and we never start doing anything, there's a guarantee that we won't have anything as well. So I want you guys to at least give yourselves that much where, listen, I believe I can do anything. And the same thing goes for you guys. You should tell yourselves, I believe I could do anything. And if the first thing you guys want to do is start investing in real estate, then take the first steps. If I'm just giving you an example, it could be anything. You guys can start investing in syndications. You guys can start investing in 401ks, stocks, whatever it is that you guys want to start. But take the initiative and do it, and give yourselves kind of like there's a how would I say Tony Robbins says it all the time. The only way to make sure you take over the islands, you burn the boats, right? You guys heard that before? because you have no other option. There is no other option. You burn the boats, you have to take over the island. Same thing goes in your life. Like if you want something that bad, put the deposit down. Get into contract. Do something, because once you have your feet to the fire, you'll find a solution for it. Most human beings do, because that'll be all we think about 24/7 until we get it done. So, that goes for myself too. Sometimes I feel nervous and I feel uncomfortable, but I have to initially do it. I'll find a way. Yes, Esther?
So question. So how about if you wants to start investing, you want to start making your purchases right away, but you just don't have the financial capital to do just about anything.
Yeah.
How do you start then? Because obviously you have to survive and live.
You do. You have to survive and live. So I've given a lot of people this same advice. I'll show you guys how simple it could be. The most valuable thing right now in this economy is inventory. If you guys can find a good deal, you will find people with money that'll come to the table. But you have to at least do that. If you can't even put in the sweat equity, then you're not going to bring anything to the table. And sometimes agents and people I talk to, they don't value what they do. If you value what you do and you value the fact that you can bring something to the table, if you value the fact that you can oversee the contractors, if you value the fact that you can get the home sold in 30 days, then that means when you go to speak to an investor, you're coming with your A game. You're almost coming with like, I should get 60-40. I should get 60 in my favor because I have so much that I'm bringing to the table. All I need you for is the money. I could go to a hard money lender and probably get an effective rate of 20%, but I'm not allowing you to get 40. Some people might say, you know what, that's excellent. I'm getting 2% in the bank. So we sell ourselves short sometimes, and that's the whole problem. Esther, if you wanted to get your first investment, why not put together a game plan? Say, okay, well, this is the area I'm going to target. This is how many phone calls I'm going to make. This is how many doors I'm going to knock. And once I do get my first property, these are the people I'm going to contact to see if they want to partner up with me. And once you get all that rolling, then at least you have a game plan, and you're more likely to do it.
Okay, so follow-up question. So I'm just going to use North for example.
Yep.
So in cities like North, where there's like investors are like cockroaches. When there's a deal on the table, they all kind of hound, and obviously person who's paying cash takes the deal. Yeah. How does someone like me, who, like I said, I don't have any capital, kind of compete in such a market?
Okay. Well, the most important thing is you shouldn't put yourselves in a position where you're competing. Never do that. When you're competing in this type of economy, you're going to probably set yourself up to lose, because you don't make money when you sell the property. You make your money when you buy the property. So if you're competing with too many investors, you're overpaying. What I suggest you guys do is you find your own inventory. Find it. When I say find it, I don't mean call every agent on the MLS or look at every new listing. I mean go out there and get it. Be the point of contact to the seller. Once you're the point of contact to the seller, you can dictate where that deal goes. It doesn't have to go to every investor out there on the MLS. You can go to some investor that you've already notified about it and said, listen, I'm going to go out there and get a property, and once I do, I'm going to put you in touch with the person so we can do a deal together. How's that sound? Excellent. So it could be as simple as that. You don't have to put yourself in a position where you're competing. I personally don't. I've been doing this for 16 years. I'm sure I could talk the game. I'm sure I could, tell other agents, hey, listen, I'll give you the commission. I don't bother with that because it doesn't really work, and I want to maximize my time, because that's all we got, right? What's our biggest commodity? Time, right? So when we exchange time for money, we want to make sure that we're doing the best and the highest use of our time. We're not going to be dialing agents. We're going to be dialing homeowners. So that's what I suggest. And you're doing a great job, Esther. You're going to get there soon. You're doing all the right things. So start with a plan. Start with a decision. If that's what you guys want to do, start today. All right. Next thing I want to talk to you guys about is what we just talked about right now. I asked you guys, what's your biggest commodity? This is time. And we find ourselves sometimes exchanging time for money. You guys know what that's called? Time for money? It's called job. That's called a job. So we don't want to find ourselves exchanging time for money. What we want to do is we want to be able to work smarter. We want to be able to have our money work for us. We want to be able to have our investments work for us. And we want to work as a hobby. Who wants to work as a hobby instead of a necessity? Everyone, right? That would be more enjoyable. You know what's funny is that when Tom does, how's it feel? Tom loves it. He's the first one here.
Well, I'm working for a hobby. I'm here for a hobby. I'm
Yeah,
here for something.
you know why? Because Tom worked his entire life and he did a lot of things right, and his investments are working for him, and that's a beautiful thing, guys. I want you guys to one day picture yourselves as Tom, where you come in and you're happy all the time because you know that you don't need you know, that money to pay your bills. You know, if it comes in, great. That's your spending cash. That's your
The object is to get old.
But you can't. You know, the thing is, you can't out age your money. If you out age your money, you're in trouble. Your money has to be legacy money. Your money has to be generational wealth. If you guys can get in a position where you're doing that, oh my Lord, your kids are going to be at such an advantage when they start. You know, Tom's children are doing excellent because Tom set a good precedent.
They got college degrees, they got good. And they never asked me for a damn cent.
Yeah.
None of the three of them.
You taught them well. They've been on the right horses. Give them good tips.
Found a few of the right horses.
Yes, that's a good metaphor for life. You know, bet on the right horses.
That's right.
That'd be good. So yeah, guys, when I say that your time is your biggest commodity, and the biggest thing that you guys have, Esther, going back to your point, when you meet an investor and you tell them, listen, would you like to partner up on something? Your time is just as valuable as theirs. Just because they have more money in the bank doesn't mean that your time is less valuable, because you have certain things you're going to bring to the table. So if we all start valuing our time, like if we already were millionaires or we already were at the level that we want to be at, we'll start looking at everything much differently. We'll stop doing things that don't make us money. I don't know how many people maybe binge watch on Netflix when they could be educating themselves. I don't know how many people probably, you know, I don't know what other things you can do to eliminate, maybe go shopping instead of going on Amazon. I don't know, things you could eliminate, because your time is precious. If you could focus more of your day on productive things, then things start to change in your life, but it starts to compound. So initially, day one, week one, month one may not seem like, oh man, this is really paying off. Lewis was onto something. You know, you could sometimes get one of those one-offs, but what happens is after a year of doing it, you're like, oh wait, man, this is really starting to work. After 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, you're like, wow, this thing's on autopilot now. So it's all about how you treat your day, how you treat your mornings, how you treat your evenings. If you can maximize everything that you do in your day with the right activities, now you're treating your time as a commodity, right? We don't run around and start throwing $100 bills out of the window, because we value money as a commodity. Money is not the commodity. Money is just the vehicle that will get you to where you need to go. Your time is the commodity. So next time you spend half an hour talking to somebody at the front desk, next time you spend an hour telling somebody about your weekend, think to yourself, how much money could I have made in that half an hour, an hour? Think to yourself. That's the biggest thing that you can give up, is your time, because we can all get the money back, right? Who's been broke before and came back? You, Tom? I've been broke plenty of times. I've been broke a lot of times, but I've made it back, and I've made it back quicker every time. And the reason why is because every time we learn from our experiences and we know what it takes to do to get the money back. But how many people can say, oh man, I had no time, but then I got my time back? That time is gone. Once you spend it, it's gone. I'm sorry, you've punched the clock. It's done. It is done. You know, the day somebody comes up with a time machine, I'm telling you, there will be the wealthiest person in the universe. But that doesn't exist, guys. So what happens is, when your time is gone, your time is gone. I'm so sorry to tell you. Hopefully it's not morbid, but I'm telling you right now, spend your time with people who are going to make you better. Spend time on activities that are going to make you money. Spend time with your family. Make sure it counts, because we never get these moments back. We never get anything back. So make sure that that's something that you ingrain into yourself. Okay, so now we're going to jump into some interesting things, okay? Now I got some stuff for you that are going to make you think. Okay, I want you guys to start, and I just put some examples up here. So I want you guys to work this. I want you guys to work this little equation with me. This little system I created here. I want you guys, if you guys can see this, I hope you can. Okay. Okay. So I want you guys to tell me. Let's talk about happiness, right? Because happiness can also compound. Like Petros was mentioning before, too much on your plate can cause you to be down on yourself. So I want you guys to kind of work this scenario with me. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. That makes it smaller. Hopefully that makes it a little bit better.
Transitions to the X.
Here?
Down. Right.
Yeah. Okay. First, we're going to talk about how we can compound happiness. And if we're happier, we're more productive, we make more money. Okay? Guys, who here exercises? How much happier do you feel after you exercise? How much? Give me a number. Give me a percentage.
50%.
You guys agree on 50? Can we average out numbers? Give me, just blurt it out.
I think it changes.
70? Okay.
So I'm like 25% happier right after,
Mhm.
in the morning after when I'm sore and I feel like I'm 300 pounds heavier.
But then you have to go back again.
So, 100% happy. I'm like, oh man, I'm so buff and I look the same, bro.
Oh,
I feel happy.
okay, you average out 20 and 100. That gives you about like 60, right? Or 70, right? In that price, in that range. Anyone else want to blurt out a number? How much happier do you feel after you work out? A good.
I'll say this. Prior to my car accident, I used to work out every single day for like 2 to 3 hours.
Yes.
And then when my accident happened, it was a big shift because I went from working these endorphins and getting it all out, and I felt so great about myself, to then being depressed and
Okay.
unable to move and do the things that I once did. I do plan on going to the gym starting like maybe next week or so.
Okay.
Now that I'm all moved into my new place, yay.
Awesome.
But I'm just gonna take it slow and just listen to my body because I can't work out the way I used to and go crazy.
How much happier did you feel when you were in the gym and you got out?
Amazing.
Amazing, right?
I mean, I would have these big juice head guys come up to me like, you came in the same time I came in and you're lead, like this is crazy. And I'm like, I love it. Like, just get on the treadmill and I would do like these crazy workouts where it was just like one thing after another and I couldn't stand still.
You know you're doing good when juice heads compliment you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a sign of success, for sure. So can we agree, guys, that 75% sounds about right? You feel 75% happier after a workout? Does that sound about right? All right, we'll agree with 75%. 75%. Okay. I'll get to my point in just a moment. Okay, affirmations. When we affirm something to ourselves, when we tell ourselves, you are the man. Nobody can do what you can do. Nobody has anything on you. You are the most positive person in this world. You could do anything you set your mind to. How much better do you guys feel when you talk to yourselves that way? Somebody give me a good affirmation.
By definition, it should be 100%.
It could be 100%. You guys feel 100% better after you affirm yourself?
That's the point of it, right?
That's the, if you affirmed enough of the right thing.
Okay, good. All right, good. I mean, we're just putting numbers on here. You know what?
Depends on what you're affirming.
I think we're going to change it up a little bit. I think we're going to change it up just a little bit. Okay. Let's backtrack. Let's go back to exercise. Maybe this will change or maybe it won't change. All right. Can I, Petros, you like working out, right? Yeah. Can you come up here for a second, everyone? Let's get Petros up. Let's get Petros up. All right. Maybe back to one piece from Greece, which I'm sure was a very difficult thing, right? Tough out there, right?
It was amazing.
It was awesome. So Petros, let's have everyone in the office here who's with us. Let's all have you guys stand up for a second, please. We're gonna try this for a minute. Okay. All right, good. Believe me, you'll be happy. Petros, come closer over here. What's an exercise that you can do while you're stationary in the office?
You could do any type of push-ups. If you wanted to do shoulders, you could do pike push-ups.
Can we do like shoulder shrugs or maybe just like rotations?
Yeah, I mean, you could do shoulder shrugs as long as you're contracting your muscles hard enough. You're going really slow, like time under tension.
Okay. Can you do like right in place? I remember I had a substitute teacher who used to always pick on me because he was also my wrestling coach, and he used to sometimes just make me stand in back of the room and just hold books up like this the whole time.
Okay.
And like that was devastating. But if you can just be in the office, sometimes you guys are in the office, you guys are at home, and you guys are on your computer for too long. Can you get up and maybe do some shoulder rotations or stuff like that?
For sure.
Can you give us a 1 minute workout where you could do while you're? Yeah. Let's do that. All right, we'll follow.
Yeah, I just gotta take this off. That's hurting.
Sure. The Rocky Balboa jacket?
I would say
Give us something.
the best thing.
Give us something. Give us something.
Do like a good 15 seconds to warm your body up of jumping jacks at least.
Okay, let's do that. Guys, jumping jacks. 15 seconds. Whoa, what is that?
I see you.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Jump. I don't see you guys jumping. Let's go. I don't see you jumping. I don't see you guys jumping. Okay. What else you got?
15 seconds of push-ups.
Okay.
Like a quick circuit routine.
Maybe not push-ups for them, but let's do something else, like maybe flies or something.
Yeah.
Flies works, right?
Flies. But when you're doing the flies that we're about to do, make sure you really want to contract your back.
Okay.
That's the whole point.
Guys, maybe keep your arms. You can keep your arms bent in case you have a partner next to you.
Yeah.
But flies, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, and squeeze either way.
Yeah, it's not about the speed.
Squeeze both ways, forward and back. Squeeze. Peaches is giving us a good workout.
And that's about 15.
Okay, give us something else.
How much space do we have?
None.
I'll say this then. Probably one of the best exercises that I like to do for
Stretching?
circuiting is
Oh
just
my God. Can you guys like maybe stretches? Can you stretch your
You can't
toes?
go all the way out. Just go like this.
Oh my God, I can't believe you touch your toes.
But
Try.
when you're reaching forward, you want to bend back to stretch your core.
Not 19.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, okay, so what he's saying is try to touch your toes and then come up and expand.
And it's all about the mobility, because obviously you're not just training for strength. Because if you can't do like something like this, that's not good for your body. You have to have some type of mobility.
Yeah.
Agility.
Okay, try to stretch. That's something I can't do, but I'll try.
And then stretch all the way up.
Come on, Diego. Try to stretch.
I need a jar of salt.
You guys are going to be real sore after 1 minute. And then for the last exercise, just practice high knees.
High knees. High knees. Okay, high knees. Good.
So if you don't want to run, just go like this.
This is probably more exercise than some of you guys have gotten all year. Cool. All right. Good. That's awesome. So Petro just gave you 4 exercises you guys can do anywhere. You guys can do in your desk, your office, in your house. Thank you, Petros. I appreciate you. Okay. I don't know why the heat is on in here. Is the heat on? All right, guys. Settle down. Guys, so Petros just gave us some exercises, right? Are we still in agreement with 75% is a good number? Do you guys want to change that? You guys feel a little bit better? I know I feel better. I stretched my back. Petros, that was good. I can't believe you're flexible, bro. You're really flexible, man.
I tried to like get as close to a split as I can.
That's awesome. Do you guys still feel 75% better, or do you feel much better? More. Your what? Your Premier line went off? What about the exercise? Do you guys still feel like 75% was right? Still 75%? Good. Okay. Now, Charlie, can you give me the randomizer? Give me somebody want to do an affirmation. Someone who hasn't gotten an affirmation yet. I'm sweating. You guys got me. You got me sweating. I'm sweating. Yeah, P. No, can you skip Pichos? He's just sweating. Give us an example. Charlie. Esther, can you come up, sweetie? Okay, so everyone's going to participate, not just yourself. So remember what you said before, your affirmation this morning. Can you repeat your affirmation and say it like you mean it? Like you say, put some bass into it.
I don't have any bass in my voice.
Come on, it's going to change right now. Let's say it. What is it?
You said something. No, reasonable. You need it. No.
No, there's no reasonable. It's her affirmation, not yours, Tom.
I am a top producer. I am a top earner. I am a Forbes self-made woman with over 200 net income. I am a leader in my community. I am a boss aspect.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm a boss lady.
I'm a boss lady.
Okay. Let's start with the first one, but say it like you mean it. Like, say it like you mean it. Don't make me repeat it, but say it like you mean it. Go.
I am a top.
Say it or scream it. You singer. You're a singer. You can sing. You can sing. You can scream. Come on.
I am a top producer.
Louder. I don't think you guys can hear it back there, right? I am a top producer.
I am a top producer.
Okay. What else?
I am a top earner.
I am a top earner.
I am a top earner.
Okay.
I am a Forbes self-made woman.
Scream it, girl. I am a Forbes.
I am a Forbes self-made woman.
Good. I want the Forbes people to hear you.
I am a Forbes self-made woman.
All right, good. I start to believe it now. If you say it like that, I start to believe it, right? So, guys, I want you guys for a second right now. Everyone has an affirmation, right? Who doesn't have an affirmation for themselves? Who doesn't? Maybe we'll help you get one. Anyone? Everyone has one, right? All right. Good. For the next 30 seconds, I want you guys to say the affirmations to yourselves like you mean it. Okay? Like you really mean it. So, if you guys don't have an affirmation, please take the moment right now to think of what you're going to say. You're going to just stay up here and you're going to keep saying it too. So, we're going to give ourselves a quick timer. Jolie, can you give us a timer, 30 seconds? We're going to say affirmations to ourselves for 30 seconds straight, like we mean it. Not like I don't want to. Yeah, say it out loud to yourselves. I don't want to be able to hear anything. I mean, I don't want to be able to have any clarity. I want everyone to say it. Ricardo, you got one? You got one? You got an affirmation for yourself? You know what affirmation is, right? Okay, good. All right, let me give you a second because I got to think of what mine is. Everyone got theirs? If you got theirs, you can raise your hand. Okay. Good. Ready? On 3, guys. Go. 1, 2, 3. I am a great leader. I am a great follower. Father. I am a great father. I am a great leader. I am a great leader. I am a great father. I am a great leader. I am a great father. I am a great leader. I am a great father. Ricardo, I can't hear you. I am a great leader. I am. Okay, good. You're the biggest loser, you said? Is that what you said?
We are all crazy.
We're all crazy. The crazy's right. It takes crazy people to change the world. Okay, good. Good. Esther, how much better do you feel?
I feel 80% better.
80% better? You guys, how much better do you guys feel? Give me a number. Huh? 100%. I got an 80. Anyone else? 100. We got 200s. We'll go with about 90% on that. All right? Because we got good. So that's a 0.9. That's awesome. All right, good. Thank you. You're off the hook.
So should I do it in that order, like exercise first and affirmation?
Doesn't matter. I'm going to get to my point, and you guys are going to start to see what I'm trying to tell you guys. Okay, so now journaling. Now, I spoke to you guys, and all the time I've spoken to you guys about this, but there was a time when I used to, when I still try to do it now, is I used to come into office every day religiously. I used to write in my journal what I wanted for my life, what I wanted to come true. Now, I want you guys to take the next minute and write as many times over and over and over again in your computer, your phone, your notebook, whatever you have in front of you. I want you guys to write down what you want for your life. Can somebody give me an example, Joey? What do you want for the life? Give me a randomizer. Give me, huh? What is one of the things you want for your life?
Financial freedom.
Financial freedom. So does that have more of a detailed? What does that look like? Is what my question is. What does financial freedom look like?
So well, there is a long-term goals and short-term goals.
Yeah. Don't be shy. Either one.
The long-term, the short-term would be 10 properties a year to purchase, like as an investment.
Okay.
A longer term is going to be, multifamily.
Okay. So write down in your journal, I want 10 rental properties. Rental properties? I want 10 rental properties within the next year, or whatever you want, right? I want to own 1,000 commercial units or residential units in 10 years. So write that down, because you guys have to give yourselves a goal that you want for yourselves in journaling. You have to give yourself a goal and a deadline. If you don't give yourselves a deadline, Joelle told me it's just a dream, right? A goal without a deadline is just a dream. So if you guys don't give yourselves that, so for the next minute, I want you guys to write that consistently over and over and over again. Everyone, okay? I want you guys to write that down for 1 minute. What you want for your life and when you're going to have it by. Give me a minute. I want you guys to write it down as many times as you can. I'll share my journaling with you guys. For me, it's a simple thing. Well, it's not simple, but for me, I find the most simplest things I concentrate my mind on now are growing culture, stay into different locations, having a franchise or culture, stay all over the country, Those are the things that I concentrate on the most right now, because those are the next things I want to materialize into my future. It's not easy. It's a very hard thing to do, but I don't want easy goals. I want hard goals. Easy goals don't really get you many places. So I write this over and over again. I write it all the time to myself that I'm going to have multiple culture estate locations. I'm going to franchise the company, and all those things will manifest into my life if I keep believing it, if I keep training my brain that this is what I have and this is what I'm going to have. So it makes me feel good. Makes me feel good when I write it. Makes me feel good afterwards. Gives you some good energy throughout the day. Gives you also, believe it or not, the more you write it down, the more you seem to talk about it to people. So it's a really good exercise to practice. Been a minute? Been about a minute?
Oh, you want a minute time?
It's okay. All right, it's been about a minute now. So Max wrote down that he wanted to have 10 properties within a year, if that's correct. I'm not sure if that's what you put. You want to have maybe 1,000 multifamily buildings within 10 years. Okay, so let me ask a question. After journaling what you guys want for your lives, after journaling what your goals are and when you're going to achieve them by, what does that make you feel like, Max? Does it make you feel like after writing this down?
Well, it feels good. It feels focused. You stay on track. That's what it feels like. Your mind my mind don't go around flying.
Yeah. What I like about journaling is that we start to program our minds with a deadline. If you tell yourself that you want multifamily homes, Max, all the time, and you don't give yourself a timeline and you don't start putting it down on paper, your mind just starts to think it could be any time. It could be any. There's no rush. Whenever it comes, it comes. And not that there is a rush, but the thing is when we write it down, our mind starts to look for opportunities when we normally wouldn't have. You know, if we think that everything is laissez-faire, que sera, then we just, whatever, that's how life starts to turn into, just whenever. But when you have these deadlines, things start to manifest, things start to happen. How much better do you feel, Max, after writing it down? You can be honest. If you don't feel any better, if you don't believe in it yet, it takes time. Sometimes we need to do this exercise on a daily basis before we start to see things happen.
Say like 65%.
65% better. Anyone else give me another number? How good do you guys feel after journaling your goals or with a deadline?
So mine is a little bit different.
Yep.
It's almost the same thing except it's more pattern oriented. So it's on a to-do list.
Yes.
And it's like structured by what can I get done today? What can I get done this week? What can I get done this month?
Mm-hmm.
And it's what I do when I wake up and before I go to bed. And
good.
Honestly, as I create the to-do list, I feel the same. But as I'm checking things off, that's when
you feel better.
You feel good that you've accomplished things, right? Yeah. That's a good blueprint to have. You should also do you give yourself goals in there in your list? You do?
Yeah.
Like, give me one of your goals that you have.
You want the goals I just wrote, or you want the goals that's been in my to-do list for 3 months?
Either one. Well, give me your goals you just wrote.
I'll give you the so everyone knows 100 listings this year, 40
100
transactions this year. I want to purchase my first home next year. I want to build my son's seed fund to 10 grand by the time he graduates 4th grade, and I want to get my broker's license in 3 years.
Nice. Good. Do you feel any better after writing that down? Because you have your thoughts out of your brain and onto paper?
I mean, they're somewhere else.
Different.
They're on my fridge somewhere.
Do you feel good?
Yeah.
How much better do you feel after writing it down?
The first time?
Anytime. It doesn't have to be today.
I feel focused. I don't
Okay.
feel better. I feel focused. So now, sort of going with the affirmations, it's like now I know what I'm doing.
Good.
I'm not worried about what happened on Game of Thrones as much as I'm concerned about
Focus
what
on
I'm
now.
going to get done today.
Okay. Do you think it would have an effect on you if you did it every day?
I do it every day.
Good. All right, we're going to go with Max's number of 65% after journaling. Okay, next exercise is meditation and prayer. So I'm going to ask for you guys to give me a minute of just complete silence. Close your eyes, focus. If you want to say a prayer to God in your own mind and you want to just have a communication with Him, have a talk, or just meditate on your breath and just give yourselves a moment. Do that for 1 minute, and then we'll see. We'll ask you guys the same question. Complete silence, guys, if you can. 10 seconds, guys. Wind it down. Okay, come back, guys. All right, so hopefully everyone took that time to maybe get their thoughts together, center themselves, have a conversation with a higher power. But I know personally, after meditation and after I have my me time, I feel a lot better. I feel like things are more possible. I feel more focused. I don't know how often you guys do it, and you know it is a good habit. I'm not gonna say I do it every single day. Some days I just have quiet time, but just no real focused meditation time with purpose. But after just a minute of meditation, maybe a prayer in your head, how much better do you feel? I mean, it's a lot better, right? Give me a number, guys. Can we quantify it?
100.
We're gonna go with 100. Okay. Okay. Derek's favorite, state change. Right? You guys know what state change is? All right. Let's just say you walk in all grumpy, right? And then somebody makes you laugh. He tells a joke, and you start laughing, and you're like, "Oh my God, that was so funny." You start almost like your guts are like hurting, and your state automatically changed because you had an influence, like you had a good energy come into you, and then you start laughing, and now your state is different. You're not grumpy anymore. Now you're like, what was I mad about again? You can't even remember sometimes. So their state change is really, really important. So I'm going to need Joelle to help us out with the randomizer. Unless Derek wants to volunteer, then.
I mean, I had a feeling you were going to mention me when I saw that, so I was like, I guess.
You want to volunteer?
Sure.
All right. What's your favorite song, Derek? Cotton Eye Joe?
Sure.
I'm joking. What is it?
Oh, I like that song too.
You do? All right, let's go with
I don't know how
that.
to dance to the whole thing, but
Okay.
I know like the beginning.
All right. You guys ready for a treat?
You dance with me, right?
I'll dance with you, buddy. Oh, everyone's going to dance with you. So everyone. Derek is not going to humiliate himself today. Everyone's going to enjoy and partake because that way we can gauge the room better. It's a scientific research we're doing here. This is nothing more than that. So if everyone can, please stand up, even if you got 3 left feet like me. Okay. Let's see if we can. This is so fun. Come on, Derek. Come on, Derek. Do the violin. Come on. Oh. Come on, play the violin. Who cares? Just dance however you want. Don't look at that. Come on. Come on, we're going to follow Derek's lead. There you go. See, John Lewis got a good one.
It's something like this, right? I think. I don't know.
Come on, bro. John Lewis got a good one. Come on. Come on, man. There you go. Come on. Whatever Derek does. Whatever Derek does. Come on. Come on. Come on, Joelle. There you go, Derek. Good job, Derek. Keep it up.
I see a lot of people not dancing.
Yeah, I don't know. Come on. Come on.
Turn the cameras to them.
Yeah, turn the cameras on them. What else you got? What else you got? One more. One more.
I'm winded.
Yeah, one more. Come on, one more move. One more move. He was doing a good one. What was that? The country guy, like this. He was doing a good. Show him, John. How it goes. Come on, bro. Is that that hard? Do the scarecrow. Do anything. Come on, come demonstrate, John. Come demonstrate. Come on, guys. That's a hillbilly dance. Come on, bro. Do the hillbilly dance. Come on, everyone, with the hillbilly dance. All right. That was pretty funny. Okay. All right, guys. Derek, you're a true champion, brother. You're the man.
Oh my God.
Okay. I don't know if I have to ask about this one, but how much better you guys feel after watching Derek dance? I feel 100% better too. I don't know about you guys. This is one of the most powerful things that anyone can have is the ability to change their state no matter what they're feeling. If you're sad, if you're tired, if you're grumpy, if you're whatever, just think about Derek dancing with the Cotton Eye Joe song. Or put it on or something. Put on any song. that you know will get you in a different mood, and dance or shake your body or go for a run, do something. It'll definitely change the way you are. So next thing is compliments and affection. So Jolie, if you could real quick just give me a randomizer.
I got Jonathan.
You got Jonathan? Jonathan, can you give me a compliment for someone in this room? Just something you've noticed about a person or something that you think is special about them? Give me a good compliment for someone.
Second, sorry guys.
No worries.
Everyone looks super awake today. Super ready for action.
Pick out one person in particular. Give them a good compliment. Something you noticed about them. Don't worry, we're not gonna make you feel.
I like
weird.
how clean your haircut is.
Oh,
That's
you like
nice,
the haircut?
man. Yeah,
Thank
it's
you,
real
bro.
nice.
I appreciate that. It makes me feel good. I do it myself, of course. See, now what Jonathan just did was he gave someone a compliment, which in his mind makes him feel better, because you can't give a good compliment when you're in a bad mood. So it makes him feel better, but also the person on the receiving end feels good. So now you're starting to share that with each other. So why don't we do this for about the next 30 seconds. Turn to your partner and give each other compliments, whatever you notice about them. All right? Thank you. Jolie, compliment your partner, please. No, come on, Jolie.
You really
So
knew the
vague,
password
so
very
vague.
well for your phone. You knew the password well.
Oh no!
Like the blue, like the color blue.
Yeah. Wait, like 20 bucks?
Where'd you get it? I'm very like.
That jacket is good. I really like that jacket. It's nice. And your hair color is good too, dude. I don't know, but your barber's got skills. Yeah? Your barber's got skills. You're good. You're good. Oh, you did? Oh, yeah.
So I got used to just describing it, and then I finally found like more old school, like Latin. And I was describing it, he kept giving me terrible haircuts. I was like, can you do a taper? Oh, a taper. And then he went right into it.
And you did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta show them pictures.
No, the pictures are just too many new school haircuts.
I got you.
Putting lines in my hair.
Oh, no. You want some more traditional.
I paid $60 for the placement, and I walked out with lines in my hair.
How much?
60.
60?
I never went back.
It's insane. Okay, guys. Guys, come back. Okay, last thing. Real quick. I hope you guys aren't all weird about it. Give your neighbor a quick hug. How about that? Quick hug. Come here, Jonathan. You deserve a hug, brother. You deserve it. Come on, Joey. Stop being such a...
Joey's anti.
Oh, she's anti. That's all right. I gave you a hug, bro. All right, good. Now, question, guys. Question. I know we're being a little silly. You may seem a little bit weird. But how much better do you feel after you got a nice compliment and you got a hug from your partner? How much better do you feel? How much, guys? You want give me a number? 100. Jim has 100.
I get 100 out of seeing some of the things that some people in here are doing well that I never thought would do well.
Uh-huh.
For example, hey, like Jenna, you back?
Step out for a second.
Oh, shucks.
She went to go hug
Esther, you back there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Compliment, honey. You do something real good. You show up every day.
Showing up.
That's good.
It is.
You show up every day.
Now you feel better. Good. Okay, Charlie, give me a randomizer. I need a randomizer. Ricardo. What do you do to help others? I know you're big on serving the community and things like that. What do you do to help other people?
Well, depends on the situation. You know, if I think that an easiest way to help people out is I'm not rich or anything, but sometimes when I see them in need, and I give them some money, and not because I have lots of money, but because I see I can do it, and like for instance, I have two friends who were in need of money because they have family and they didn't have a job and they desperately needed money. you know, I help them out.
Good.
That's something that I do. And even if they need a ride or something, I'm always up for that.
Does it make you feel good?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's also like the
Lift
simple
your
things.
spirits.
Not necessarily has to be money, but
Sure.
the rides or you know, or just
Even
someone
listening
to
to
be
them.
there to talk to. That's it.
Yeah, of course. Guys, can we, for a moment, just write down something that we do to help other people or something we want to do to help others? Just real quick. Real quick. Doesn't have to be long. Yeah. I just wanted you guys to know that all of you in this real estate company, everyone who is a part of Culture Estate, you guys all help to liberate children from sexual slavery. So that's something you guys should all be very proud of. So that's one of our missions here as a company. And I'm very proud that so far we've liberated 2 children with our efforts. We're working on our 3rd one this month. So you guys are amazing, and I thank you guys for being a part of Culture Estate. You know, if it wasn't for your hard work and your efforts, we wouldn't be able to do these things, even though they're difficult. I'm sure, you know, the money could go to something else that we need, but this is more important. So good. You know, you guys feel good about that. Okay, Ricardo, how much better do you feel after you help your friends?
Oh, 100%.
You do?
I do because it's not only like it doesn't help them in that situation, it also helps me, which is something that you know I just makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Because I was able to accomplish something that they were in need of, and
Good.
it
makes you feel good all day knowing you help someone.
Yeah.
How valuable is money if you don't have anyone to share it with? Right? How nice is it to have the fanciest car in the world if you can't have somebody enjoy it with you? The nicest house if you live alone. It's not worth it. It's always nice to have someone else to share it with. And if the money is just a vehicle, it's not the ultimate measure of success. Use it wisely to help other people if you can. You know, if you can. If not, you can do things just by donating your time. How much better you guys feel when you help someone? Anyone else? 100. Petros, you said wow when we mentioned about the Project Underground Railroad. Knowing that you're a part of an organization that helps children like that, how much better does that make you feel about the company you work for yourself?
There's no number.
There's no number, right? It's 100. Definitely it's 100. So let's go with 100 on that. Okay. So now I'm going to get to make my point. Can somebody tally up these numbers? Anyone has a calculator on them? Can you guys add up all these numbers for me? The 1, the 1, the 1, the 1, the 0.65, the 0.9, the 0.75. Can you guys add those all up? 0.75, 0.9, 0.65, and then we have 4 ones.
6.3.
6.3? Okay.
Yeah. Wait.
Can you guys do the numbers? The 6.4 maybe? 0.75, 0.9, 0.65.
That's 1.4. All right. Yeah. You're right.
6 point what?
Yeah. 1.4. 6.3.
6.3?
Somebody missed the 1.
Yeah. Somebody had up the number.
Is it? Are we short?
Mm.
Yeah, I think we're short. Can you guys add that? Yeah, I think we're at 7.3.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I got 6.3 because there's 4 ones, right?
Yeah, it's 4 ones. There's a 0.75, a 0.9,
Yeah.
and a 0.65.
I got 6.3.
6.3.
It is?
6.3. Making me doubt my math skills.
I doubt it.
Calculator. I was about to calculate. Like, wait, I know it is 6.3.
Okay, guys, so I'm going to make my point now to you guys, okay? If we use this graph and we try to implement it in our lives, if we follow these things, we can live a life that's 630% happier. We can be 6.3 times happier in our life. But there's no secret. It's just these activities that we can do. If we can change our state, if we can exercise, we do affirmation, we do a prayer. So think about it. Are you guys doing maybe some of these things, not all of them? Are you doing none of these things? You know, how is your life? If you're a happy person to begin with, imagine how much happier you could be. If you guys are suffering from maybe you guys are in a rut or you guys are feeling depressed, just do these things and do them sincerely from your heart, and you will live a life that's 630% happier according to our exercises here today. There's things on here that I'm sure I missed. There's things on here that I'm sure, you know, you guys probably will never get in the habit of doing. that's fine. You don't have to do them all, but it just goes to show you how much happier you guys can be as human beings if we just put these things into practice. Now, I know for you guys, I felt a hell of a lot better after dancing Cotton Eye Joe with Derek. But, you know, like, you don't have to go to that extreme, guys. We just have, you know, our morning routines. We can step a little bit out of our comfort zone, and we just make things a little bit better for ourselves. But this is the way that we can live more fulfilled, happier lives. So now let's go on to our next slide where we can talk about. Let me see if I can get there. Okay, how can we compound business? Now we're talking about chips. We're talking about dinero. So let me ask you guys a question. If you guys contacted a client today, a past client or a present client, and you asked them for a referral, how likely are you that they will give you one? How likely is it that they will give you a referral? If you call the client and say, listen, I really would like to know if you have anyone who is looking to buy or sell. I need your help. You know, I'm getting ready to close your house, or since I closed your house, I've unloaded a lot of other clients, and I need someone to, work with. How likely do you think that person is to give you a referral? Let's go 50%. We got up here. Anyone back there?
Honestly,
Depends on if they have one.
it's like almost every past client will give you a referral eventually.
Okay.
It may not be like that particular phone call,
Sure, but eventually
they'll call you back and say, hey, my cousin's looking for
eventually.
If
Good.
you
I
keep
like
in contact with
I
them.
like that. I like that.
And if you do it right at the closing, right after you close, it's more likely.
So we have a 50. We have a 100%.
I would say 100.
So we have a 75 is in between. About right?
Mm-hmm.
If anybody differs, please let me know. Okay. Okay, team referral. So what does this mean? What do you guys think a team referral means?
Referrals from like attorneys, title companies.
Yeah, we have our team. Everybody has their team that they like to work with. I never dictate to everyone or anyone, hey, you guys should use this person for inspections, this person for attorney, this person for that. I never. If you guys ask me for referrals or advice, I might give you someone, but I never tell. Part of working on culture, you have to use these people. Everyone can use whoever they want, which makes it beautiful because now we've got feelers everywhere. If you work with John Doe, if you work with Bill Smith, if you work with that person, that means we have more feelers out there. So how likely are you to get a referral from someone in your deal team, right? If you ask for it. So let's just say there's, let's shout it out, guys. We have a what? Attorney, loan officer, what else?
Inspector.
Title guy, inspector, what else? Appraiser, listing agent. More people?
Landscaper.
A landscaper, the mover.
Inspector.
Inspector, we said. Maybe we have
City inspector.
City inspector. All right, we could probably come up with like 10 people. How likely are we to get a referral from someone in that team? Maybe it was a new inspector that time. How likely are we to get a lead, a client, from someone on our team every time we work on a deal with them?
Depends on how the deal worked out.
Yeah, I think.
Well, let's just say we try to get it before the deal closes.
I know,
The first time, I would say the first time 10%, but it grows the more you work with that person.
Okay.
More successful.
So he says 10% if we're new. And remember, we have 10% with each person or 10% in the whole as a general?
10% as a whole.
Okay. So let's just say we have 10 people and we have 1% chance for each person is about 10% chance. Anyone beg to differ? Anyone thinks we have a higher percentage, lower percentage than 10?
I would hope if you're giving them referrals, you got a good relationship, 100%.
It could be 100% eventually, like John Lewis said.
Depends on how much business you're doing.
Yeah.
Depends how much business you're doing, that's correct. But is it a benefit if you've never done a lot of business, or is it a negative that you haven't done a lot of business? Who can answer that for me?
It depends how you present it.
It presents how you present it, right? Why would it be bad if you just started and asked for a referral? Why would it be bad? Can somebody tell me why?
Because you've got nothing.
Yeah, you don't have
got
the
nothing to show
experience
for
to
it?
prove.
You agree?
No, but they don't know whether you can do something or not.
They don't know if you could do something now. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone else? Bad reason to ask for referrals when you're new? Okay. What are the good reasons to ask for a referral when you're new?
New
Show that
business.
you're trying to expand your business. Show
Sure.
people that you're working hard.
Sure
You're
that
trying
you-
to expand your business.
Show that you're trying to expand your business. Anyone else?
It shows that you're more professional.
It shows that you're more
Because
professional.
if you're working with a team member that's doing other business,
Mhm.
but you're doing the right you're having the right conversation.
Sure.
It makes them feel like, okay, at least he's he either learned the right way, he's getting the right training, You know, people don't naturally just ask for business.
Margaret?
I was gonna say, it shows your commitment to the business, that you're not just gonna be in it and out of it, you're wanting to build your business so you can be here for the long haul.
Okay. I just looked it up right now. How much, do you guys know how much the price of Google is today?
Out of my price range. You talk about Alphabet 1 or Alphabet A or Alphabet B?
Either one, they're all high. Okay, we have about $1,100 a share right now to buy Google. You know how much it was back in 2004 when it IPO'd?
Like $24.
It was $85. So what you could do is get in the same mindset. Are you going to be the Google of real estate, or are you going to be, I don't know, what was that, WorldCom that went out of business and flunked, whatever? There's like a whole pyramid scheme behind it. Enron, all these companies. Are you going to be the Enron, or are you going to be the Google? So what you need to approach your team members with is, listen, I'm new in this business, but I'm going places, and I'm trying to pick the team to work with now. If you can help me fill up my pipeline with clients, I'm always going to recognize you, and you can get in now. You know, when I'm trying to build this initial team, try to get on my team 10 years from now when I'm killing it. I'm going to have people lined up at my door to try to work with me. And you know who makes deals happen? Real estate agents. We're the top of that totem pole. So you want to have a conversation with your team if you're new, just like this, just like that. Think of yourself as being the next Google of real estate, and if you are, then your whole demeanor, your whole presentation is going to be different. So when you ask for a lead or referral, it's going to sound like, you know what, get in while you can. Get in while I'm IPOing. If that's a word. But get in while, yes, Margaret?
I was gonna ask, when you're referring to the term team, like there's so many different teams, which team are you talking about? Are you talking about like vendors that we would refer
Everyone.
people to?
Let's just say you refer people to do business with a certain mover or a certain landscaper or a certain kind of contractor. Whoever it is on your team, what I want you guys to do, if you haven't done so yet, create a spreadsheet and put down every person you could possibly refer. Put down every single person you could possibly refer. Right? And I'm talking about anything. I'm talking about even like you refer babysitters. You could refer, if they're new to the area, you know, you could laundry, what's that people call? Dry cleaners. You can refer all of these things. Come up with a list of everyone you could possibly refer during a service, for a neighborhood, for everything. And then think of those people as your team. If you go to those people and ask for a referral on, maybe every deal basis when you have a new deal going on, because it doesn't cost you anything to ask for a referral, right? It doesn't. If you talk to 5 people throughout the transaction, if once every new deal that you've referred them, you ask them, hey, listen, John, my client here needs a loan. He wants to get pre-approved. Could you help him out? Sure, no problem. What's his number? You give him a number. Oh, by the way, do you know anyone who's looking for a house to buy or sell? Because obviously I need to fill up my pipeline. Do you have anyone? So why don't we get into the habit of every time we refer someone, asking for a referral back? Because people get comfortable really quick. If you're the type of agent that always refers deals and never asks for any referrals back, you'll never get any referrals back, or you might get very few if the person feels obligated or they feel almost kind of like, indebted to give you a referral. But I guarantee you, James is my witness, I guarantee you, loan officers qualify a lot of people with our real estate agents. They do. I know because I was a loan officer, and we used to qualify people all the time with our real estate agents. And it's up to them who they refer that deal out to. So if you don't ask, they won't give it to you. If they have someone they just spoke to that morning who doesn't have a real estate agent, and you put them on the spot, there's a good chance they might be like, yeah, I just spoke to this person this morning. Here, let me give you their information. So if you don't ask, there's a 100% chance that you won't get. All right, now, next thing. So what do you guys think? 10%? Are we still going with 10% on our deals? 20%? What do we got? Give me. I'm going to keep 10. 10%. 1. Okay. How likely are we to do business with a repeat client?
Depends on if you keep up with them or not.
If you keep up with them, yeah. Or if you don't.
100%.
100%?
If you keep up with them, 100%.
So repeat investors, 100%.
Neighbors? Do you know that?
Okay. How likely are we to get business from the neighbors after we
Depends on who
sell the
lives in
house
the
or we
neighborhood,
sell a
yeah.
house? So give me an estimate. So if you guys sold a house on 123 Main Street, shouldn't the neighbors know that you sold that house?
Mm-hmm.
What are the chances of us getting a business from the neighbor if we let everyone know that we sold the house? Or listed it and sold it,
Heck
or
of a lot.
bought it and sold it?
So
Huh?
heck of a
Pretty
lot
likely?
higher than if you don't.
Yeah, heck of a lot higher if we don't. So give me an estimate, maybe whatever. Shoot out a number.
50-50.
Yeah, I'd say 50.
50, okay.
Your social network. How many people know you're in the business?
Yeah, how many people know that you're doing real estate?
Everybody should know.
Right?
Once
If
a
you're
week.
Don't be a secret
Yeah.
agent.
Do you think you guys can get a deal from your social network? How often do you get one, or what are the chances of you getting one?
Once a week.
Okay, once a week, right? So what I'm saying is there's a pretty good chance of you getting one. So what happens if every deal you get or every deal you see, what if you were to market that on social media? If you were to tell everybody about the specifics of a deal you have or a client you just closed, are we likely to get a client every time we do that? Maybe sometimes?
Yes.
Sometimes.
50-50?
Don't
Sometimes
be a
70?
secret agent.
Right, don't be a secret agent. So the odds are pretty high. So every time we post about real estate, how likely are we to get some type of a lead? How likely?
20%.
Maybe 20%? Okay. 20, 25. Okay, go with Jens. Okay, can somebody do the math for me, please? Somebody with the calculator?
Eric.
2.6.
2.6.
I don't know. I kind of did it quick in my head. Let me double
No,
check
that's
that.
2.6.
Is it?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Okay, can somebody quantify what this means? Can somebody tell me what exercise we just had, what this actually means to your business?
If you, without doing any new business, if you just spoke to these people regularly, your business would grow every year by 260%.
Yeah, very, very, very close to exactly what he just said. The only thing I would add is that out of every one deal in, you can get 2.6 deals out. So that means you can grow your business exponentially 260% for every one deal you do. So every time you have a client, every time you have a deal, right? Ask them for a referral, 75% chance, 0.75. If you ask your team for a referral, 10% chance, 0.1. Repeat clients, 100%. Okay, that's if we really do our due diligence and we do our follow-ups, then we got 100% chance. That's one. Neighbors, if we do what we're supposed to, and we tell the neighbors we sold it or listed it, we have a 50% chance. That's 0.5. And if we tell our social network that we just got a new deal closed, if we're working with a new client, if we're looking at houses, we have a 0.25% chance that throughout that transaction we might get a client. Out of telling the social network that, there's a 0.25%. That means that out of every one deal you guys do, you can get 2.6 deals out. 260% can grow on every deal. Now, once you start to stack that on top of each other and you do it every single time, the numbers get silly. They get crazy. So if you guys are looking for ways to grow your business, look no further than just asking for the business right from the people that you already do business with every day. This can get really out of hand if you guys do what you're supposed to do, and your team can grow, everything can grow. But you guys got to get in the habit of knowing that every single person that you come across, every single person in your circle, your influence circle, your social networks, they all have the ability to give you more business. But if we don't ask it, we don't tell it, we will never get anything out of it. So this is a really good little exercise. And lastly, I want to talk about compounding income, right? So if what you guys are telling me is we can compound our income by 260%, you guys still okay with that number? Yeah. It doesn't make you feel uncomfortable? Derek. Wait a minute. Can we all say, guys, that we can make $50,000 our first year if we go full time?
Yes.
Is that reasonable?
Yes.
Okay. Take 50,000, Derek.
So 2.6.
Yeah, multiply by 2.6 or add it 260% to it. What's that number?
130,000.
What is it?
130,000.
130. Do it again. On 130,000.
Oh, I messed up. Hold on.
Take 130,000 and add
338,000.
338. Do it again.
878,800.
870. Do it one last time.
2.2 million, almost 2.3.
We'll call it 2.3. You can't even write that number so big. Okay. Okay, guys. Yes, I'll let you off the hook. If you think 260% is too high, it's too high. If you think you can't get it, you can't get that out of it, I don't mind. You guys can play around with smaller numbers. But just think about it. You guys gave me your numbers. I didn't give them to you. You guys gave me the numbers and what you think realistically can come out of your one deal. So if you can grow your business exponentially by 260% on every deal by just asking for business, that means that within 5 years of being in real estate, you can make $2.3 million. By just not spending $1 on Zillow. Did I say anything about Zillow, Facebook? I haven't said a word about spending money on prospecting lists. I haven't said anything. Throw that into a mix and then it starts getting real crazy. But if you just did what you're supposed to do as a real estate agent and ask for the business and market yourself to your sphere of influence, to your people that already know you, people who are starting to get to know you, you guys can grow your business 260% every year. That gets crazy really quick. So yeah, 50,000, very entry level. You can't survive on 50,000 for very long. But if you do the right things and you take the right steps and you compound your activities, that money starts to more than double every year. It's pretty crazy. Do you guys think that this is possible? I mean, be honest. If you guys think this is crazy, this is possible, right? We just did the math together. It's very realistic. We just did the math. We just said to ourselves, this is what comes out of each one of those things. But the beauty is when you compound all those things together, crazy things start to happen. And you start to see that, you know what? Things start to get a lot easier for me if I could just stick to that routine. So I'm telling you guys right now, we started on a personal level. We started on how can we become better humans? How can we become better and more and happier with our lives, right? First, that starts with that. We can't be great business people and then be happy later because it doesn't happen that way. We have to be happy first, then become great at business because we become attractive and business attracts its way to us. Once we become happy, we get the business. Now we also need to be able to map out what we're going to get in the future from our efforts. Because if we can't look at what we're going to make, if we have no visualization of where we're going, we're less likely to keep up the activities. But now that you guys know that asking for a referral can get you to $2.3 million in 5 years, I'm asking everybody I know for a referral. Every single person that comes to in my way, I say, you guys got a deal for one of my agents? You guys have a deal for one of my agents? Anyone who wants business from me, that's the way I'm starting my conversations now. If you want to experience how it is to work with Culture Estate, give us one of your leads, give us one of your deals, we'll close it for you. And then if we both like the communication, we both like the relationship, then you guys can have business here with our agents. You guys, that's your way in the door. But if you guys don't start valuing every little thing you do, you guys will never ask for a referral. So recently, Derek, I made him my sales manager. So whenever I have someone coming in, a vendor coming in, I say, you know what, I'm gonna have you meet with my sales manager, and if you want to start doing business with us, he's the right guy to talk to because he handles all the leads. He gives people leads. So just give him some of your leads, and then we'll close the business for you, and then you can start working with some of those agents that you gave a lead to because you have to show. In this business, it's all about how you instead of asking, you have to give. You have to give first. So if you come to me asking for business, what are you giving? Your business card? No, I mean, I've got a drawer full of business cards. I don't need that. I need you guys to give my agents deals. So just like I'm not ashamed to ask for it, you guys shouldn't be ashamed to ask for it either. And it's not even directly for me, it's for you guys. So you guys definitely have to get in the habit of doing this. Do you guys think that this was a helpful exercise? All right, do you guys all feel better about it? Okay, good. So that way, this means that we're going to actually put this into practice. We're going to actually make money today. So what I want you guys to do is I want the back of the room to break up. I want the front of the room to break up, team 1 and team 2 again. How many do we have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. We've got 17, so we can do 9 in the back and 8 in the front. Sounds about right. Actually, you know what? I take that back because these two are not agents. So what do we have? Oh, he's not an agent either, so we might have some even numbers. 1, 2, we have 14. We're down, Tom? Minus 3. 7. So we got, can I get 2 groups of 7, guys? 7 in the back, 7 in the front. Good? Good. 7 in the back, 7 in the front. So what I want you guys to do for the next 15 minutes, I'm going to give you guys 15 minutes for this exercise, okay? And this is a competition between the back room and the front room. I want you guys to individually, but within a group, so I want you guys to motivate each other. I want you guys to start calling your clients, whoever you're working with right now, and ask for one lead, okay? And if you don't get a lead from one client, you can call another client. Keep calling your clients until you get a lead from someone. Call somebody that's on your team. Call somebody who's your inspector, your loan officer, your attorney. Call somebody. Ask them for a lead. I don't care how you do it. I don't care if you say, hey, Tom, yeah, this is Louis. You have a lead for me? I don't care if you say that, but obviously you may want to, ease in a little bit. But just ask for a lead. You guys know how to do it. Repeat clients. If you have somebody who you closed a deal for recently, call them up. Ask them for a client. If you guys know of neighbors, maybe I'll let you guys off the hook right now with neighbors because I don't think you guys can reach any neighbors right now. But what you can do is go on social media, post, guys, put a post. Maybe like if you have a post of a recent closing that you guys did, post it and just say, hey guys, just closed this deal on 123 Elm Street. I'd really appreciate it if you guys can refer me someone that you know that's looking to buy or sell, right? This may not have an immediate impact right now, but I guarantee you maybe later today, tomorrow, maybe next week. In this room, if 14 people did that, I guarantee you that at least a quarter of you will get something. So hopefully you guys are in that quarter. So for the next 15 minutes, guys, I want you guys to call or do whatever you got to do to get in touch with these people. And then whoever has the most new leads out of the two teams is going to be our winner. Okay? We'll have something special for you guys. So 15 minutes. At 11, yeah, kind of like El Dorado. Second prize, set of steak knives. Third prize, you're fired. No. Yeah, so at 11:20, guys, at 11:20, you guys group up into your teams. Make sure that you, culture state. Get into your teams, motivate each other. All right, there is nobody who has a pass. I don't care if you're new, if you're old. You guys got to get into the habit of getting uncomfortable. At 11:20, we're gonna regroup. You do because you still have old clients. Just help out. You still have old clients.
Someone texted me, hey. That counts, right? Is that a referral from a relocation officer from Elizabeth? Does that count?
Just right now or before you guys?
Just right.
No way. Oh, you think that was a voicemail? Yeah, but you didn't ask for it. 11:20, guys, will report back.
Hey guys, James Rashid. Let me call back when you get a chance. I want to make sure that you spoke to Richard Ransom. Thanks. Talk to you soon. Bye.
It's so so toasty.
Hi, Malika, Jennifer, Shannon, how are you?
Hey, good. And yourself?
Good.
Good. You as well.
I was just seeing that. You know anyone who's looking to buy?
That's funny you mentioned that. My cousin was looking to buy, and I want to refer him to someone.
Yeah.
And he called me up. He called me up Sunday. Oh yeah, we're gonna go with this guy. Blah 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 blah. And I was like, okay, because I just talked to him Friday. Yeah, but I may.
I definitely do
I mean, I can always reach out and see how that went, because just because they say they're gonna go with someone, they may get there and the chemistry's not there for whatever reason.
He's in the lending area.
Linden, perfect.
Yeah.
That's a really hot market right now.
Okay. So
Would you mind if I gave them a call to see if there was anything I could offer to your family? Would I be advising? Could give them a pack.
It's not gonna take me long, probably 30 minutes maybe, because it's 3 floors.
Oh wow! And I actually referred you to someone too.
Okay, cool.
I gave him a text message of your business card.
Okay, cool.
Aw.
Doug? He's actually my cousin, right? I didn't mention that, right?
Oh,
You're your family?
same thing with the problem on our side, right?
Another play cousin. I got too many of those now.
I know you're a big family.
Okay, that's fucked up.
take that. And oh, by the way, how is the new house treating you?
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be great.
His number is 908 763
Yeah, it doesn't have it that way.
5788.
Got it.
And yeah, so you probably just want to mention to him that we had a conversation.
Nice.
He's already talked to someone.
Good,
I don't know if his
good,
wife
good.
referred this person.
So,
to him.
I know when you first had that first barbecue, I
He's
will be
also
there,
looking
right?
at possible two-family. So
I-
I don't know how
I
you
better
try
get that
to
info.
look up some stuff and mention that to him.
Okay.
I will do that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Very welcome.
All right.
Alrighty.
Sorry.
How's it going? Good.
Okay. July, isn't that when your birthday is?
Thank you.
July, isn't that when your birthday is?
He wants me to dream work.
That's what I thought, yeah. That's what, see, I got a good memory. Awesome, awesome. Well, I thank you and I appreciate, you picking up. I know you're probably at work right now. But yeah, we'll definitely keep in contact, and if anybody comes your way, I would definitely appreciate it. All right, hon, you have a great day. All right, bye-bye.
Ya empezaron a ver. Sí, me
One
imagino.
down,
porque
and let me
antes
call my new one.
mucho trabajo.
Get it, introduce.
How you doing?
Get it.
Can you hear me? Okay, how's it going?
Verdad, sí, 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 te acuerdo. Mira.
Really? You can hear me? Can you hear me now? Okay. How's it going?
Oye, te llamaba por
Oops, sorry, how's it going?
Estoy haciendo, bueno, como
Can't hear me, huh?
en el trabajo. Y como un ejercicio en el trabajo, entonces tengo que llamar a personas que, si me podría referir a un cliente, algún vendedor o algún comprador que tú sepas, no tiene que, o sea, si sabes de alguien que me lo pueda referir.
Good morning, Kenneth. How are you? I'm good. Can't complain. I know Landy is not in the office today, so because it's his birthday, so I know nothing will be done on his side because it's his birthday. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on that one. But also too, the reason why I'm calling is, do you know anybody else that's looking to purchase a home or an investment property? Or to even sell a home? No. All right, well, if anybody comes to your mind, or if anybody maybe comes to you because they know that you're in the midst of purchasing your new home, if you could go ahead and give them my information, I would greatly appreciate that. All right?
Sí.
Perfect. And I will get in contact with you once we get that, that final approval. All right? Yeah, honey, go ahead. Well, when you say, what do you mean by like house rules, like as far as like loan wise? Well, to be quite honest, every building is different. I know there is like a noise audience in the sense that like we would have to like keep down to a minimum. You know, just to be respectful of like your neighbors, and if they have children, obviously you don't want to wake them up. But I would say once you get in the building, to go ahead and contact maybe the
Yes, sir.
probably the security guy would know all the rules. Because I mean, he's there 24 hours a day, so I'm sure he would be able to know all of them. But once we go ahead and get you moved in, I can even ask the attorney at hand on that at that time.
You going for your listing
Okay. Why, you plan on having like a big old party?
Oh, wow.
I just wanted to follow up with you. You had mentioned before when the last time we spoke.
Well, it's not going to be like anything out of like the ordinary in a sense. I just, you know, just the basics, like after like probably like 10 or 11 p.m., you know, no loud music in a sense. But like if you're going to be like, let's just say renovating the apartment, and obviously you're going to be making some noise because of the construction in a sense, I know they're not going to mind that. That wouldn't be an issue because you're making the condo to your liking, so you have to start somewhere, you know?
Okay, great.
All right. Any other Okay. Than we anticipated. Okay.
That would be great. I really appreciate this.
You're free to do, you're free to go with whoever you choose. The only thing that I could do is provide a service of, certain people, and if you decide to go ahead and use that, then, you know, you could definitely do, but if you also want to use your own personal people, you're more than free to do that. There's no obligation. Alright? So if they decide to come in at a lower APR, that is more, you know, manageable for you, obviously I would say go with that person because who wants to spend more money at the end of the day, you know? Just keep me in the loop and, if you get that final letter, send it over to me, so this way I could send it to the listing agent and let her know that you will be going with, a different lender than the approval letter that I had sent over. Cause I just wanna keep everything transparent. Alright? Okay, perfect. I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much. All right, bye-bye. Keep going. No, I'm gonna call.
Joanna? Hey, how you doing? Good, good. How's everything in the new office?
Do you know he's over? He's over here.
Is it calming down a little bit?
If we use OBS, we can list it. So, because OBS is,
Yeah, I've used over this before.
oh, you have?
Yeah, just wondering that.
Because the other, yeah, for OBS. Yeah, Sling is like the friendliest one to use. The only thing that we're gonna add to what we're doing now is, use, an additional TMP server. Yeah, but otherwise, the
Yeah, not just,
yeah, that's what I was saying, like, more guys. You guys, and some of the options we have. It's basically, yeah,
What's the use of your phone?
it's Facebook, it's great. We can have two platforms at once, we get 3 platforms.
change the way we do this. Check it out some more. This is okay, but there's still some hiccups with,
Stick with the, okay, good. You guys are doing great. What's up? Oh, you want? They're all on the phone talking to people. Everybody's on the phone upstairs calling for the girls. Guys, don't forget, don't lose focus, call for the girls. Huh? Come on, you're calling. That's for business. Now, you know, a lot of people.
We get everybody we can shoot. Yeah, it's like a nice, calm demeanor. That's who they need to see at work?
party, it always makes you cold everywhere. That's what I tell my wife. She's a great cold. Also frozen one.
Yeah.
New one's coming soon.
You? I had one client to call and I closed the deal with him. And there was another one too. One guy's an agent himself.
Oh, he was an agent?
Yeah, well, the guy I could initially that was, but his partner was an agent, but that's what he was working on one year. But the other thing is, he had a bad experience. Plus, it was one of bad experience with the car. And plus, it's up in his area. He's gonna end up listening to himself. Because most times he would just let the, the agent that he bought it off do it, but this one he wants to do it himself. Because of the situation. I think because, not because maybe his dad takes it, but then it's because of the house and it's out there, he knows that, the neighborhood, so he's in a, whatever,
Why are we talking about this?
But it's not that he won't, I mean, I'm still, anyway, he's open to buy just because he's an agent, he's open to buy off other people too, That's fine, so.
As long as the deal makes sense, man.
Yeah.
That's as far as I go.
Just watching.
I cannot touch my toes. Extreme techniques.
You want an exercise today?
What's that?
Squat.
I squat. That's
No,
not my problem.
no, squat. Put the palm of your hands on the ball of your feet.
Okay.
Raise your butt side of yours if you can get it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Try it.
How's the audio sound? Good, 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 good. Okay, guys. So we're back. I'll just let you guys finish up any last phone call or message you guys are sending out. So our friendly team competition was here. See how many people could. I'm seeing how many of you out of the group you guys can get leads from your already existing sources, from your clients, present clients, your team. You know, your people that are in your real estate network, such as your loan officer, your attorney, inspector, the people you always refer business to. Your repeat clients are people who you've worked with in the past. Let's see if we can get maybe them to buy again, maybe sell again. I don't know if you guys have tried them. Neighbors, we said we'll give you a pass on today because there's no way we can contact any neighbors. But also putting stuff on social media. Like, did you guys close a deal recently? And have you posted something about it? And have you asked in your message, in your post, hey guys, if you know anyone looking to buy or sell, send them my way. That's literally asking. If you don't ask, people will never give. So we're getting the habit of doing that. All right, so now let's start. Do we have me elect some team captains? Derek, can you be the captain on this team and tell me how you guys talk amongst your group? See how well you guys did?
Yeah.
I'll give you guys about a minute. John, are you in this group? You're in the front group?
I'm in the front group.
Okay. Ricardo, can you be the team leader right there? Can you collect to see how many leads anyone got? And we'll give you a minute as well. You guys can get your numbers together. I hope you guys find this exercise beneficial because it really is easy. We just need to learn how to ask and who to ask. I see Margaret's got a good one. She's still on the phone. She's got a good one.
Oh yeah, that's all.
One potential to
I think I mean, he's always he wants to be looked
Your name
for.
is
James. That's a lead, right? Yeah.
How many did you get?
One. I forgot because he did say we're looking for another property. That's a lead.
Oh, lead, yeah.
That's my investor that I talked to that.
How many did you get?
Well, I called my guy.
How many leads? No. And then we're missing Petros, right?
Petros are gonna say, how many leads?
Oh, we're missing Petros.
Yeah, you're missing Petros still. What do you got so far?
3.5.
You have 3.5 so far?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm about
Let's
to
wait
call
on
back.
Petros, because Petros usually clutch.
I'm about to call.
How much you get there?
I got none.
I almost figured I got a number. I forgot the investor I talked to. He's looking for another property, so it's a lead, right?
Is that him? Yeah, that's him.
So wait, does that count? Because he didn't give me a lead for somebody else, but he's looking for another property.
Yeah, that counts.
Okay.
How many leads did you get? So I got one, but I didn't. Did they tell you someone wants to buy? It's nothing current because he wants to buy. That's all I need to know. You got it. You got one, bro.
That's my half.
Not current.
That's my half.
Okay. Yo,
Are you missing anyone from your team, Ricardo?
Yeah, well,
Well, that's not a half a lead. That's a
Margaret's on
lead.
the phone.
Yeah, one's probably not.
And who else?
The lead is a lead.
So you don't have a
Oh,
half.
isn't Jenna upstairs?
That's a lead.
You told him to
You
come
got
down.
two. You got two.
You told him to come down?
Just say,
Oh, okay.
Mitchie?
Huh? They'll be down soon then. Just let them be for now. We'll start with team number 1. So how many do we have?
We got 5 total.
You have 5
Yeah.
potential
Potential leads, yeah.
5 potential deals or leads or buyers
Yeah.
or sellers, right? Out of this little session, this little 15-minute session we just did?
Yeah.
All right. Who got them? Everyone got one?
One.
You got one?
One.
James, tell me about you. Let's start with you, James.
Well, mine was the investor I dealt with before, and he, the one closing I had, they're looking for another property, so,
Did you know that before calling him?
no.
You didn't know. Okay, who is this investor? Someone you sold the property to before?
Yeah, his name's Lewis, and, sold him a property, they're working on it, so I called them to see how the process is going.
Mhm.
And then I, asked him if he had any leads, and then if he was looking for something else himself. Well, that's what he told me.
He was?
They're looking for another property, so.
Look at that. So now you got something to work on right now.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's amazing. Who else got one? Alejandro, you got one? No. Derek? James, what did you get?
Yes, it was the closing that happened on Friday. So she said she was still excited, and anyone looking for a mortgage, she'll definitely give me a call.
Uh-huh. So she's looking to buy again?
No, she said anyone that she's working with.
Oh,
that's looking
anyone
for a
she
mortgage.
works with.
Yeah, she just closed on Friday.
Oh, okay. So if she knows anyone who's looking for to buy a house, she's going to refer them to you?
Yes.
That's good. You planted the seed in her head.
I'm sorry?
You planted the seed
Exactly,
in her head.
yep.
Good.
Mhm.
Good. John Lewis, you got someone?
So, just being the regular awesomeness that I am.
Uh-huh. Love it.
I actually personally know the relocation officer of Elizabeth.
Okay.
And before you made this game here, he actually just sent me a referral.
Mhm.
And since you said I didn't request it, I called him
And that's
and
the one?
requested another one. He gave me another one.
Really?
But I didn't get a I'm waiting for a response for that one. So that one doesn't count.
But you actually got a referral, like number and name.
I got a number and name
That
from
counts.
the first one that
Okay,
you
well,
said.
that one didn't count because you didn't ask for that one. It wasn't part of this exercise.
Well, I
But-
got the number and name for the second one.
Yeah, so
but I'm waiting
so
for
that
the
counts.
response.
Oh, but that counts because
Oh,
you got a
then
lead.
we got 6. We got 6.
Okay, that
'Cause
counts
one
because you got a
counts.
lead.
And then past investor.
A
Boom.
past investor you called and he said he's ready for another deal?
Yep.
Good. So you got 2 more people to work with than you had before. Who's got the remainder of them? You, Derek? Who's got the remainder of them? You? Oh, Petros, how many do you have? Oh, Petros?
Well, I got mainly one repeating one. Where it was
Uh-huh.
a past client I worked with, and they
What did
said
that
that they
conversation
want-
go like?
It went pretty well. He talked about how he had attempted to sell the property before, and that no other agent could have worked this since it was a really fishy situation, because the tenants were fighting for possession of the property as well as the seller trying to sell the property. So
Okay.
we were juggling that. And he said because of his experience, not only has he already boasted it to all of his friends, but within the near future, when he buys his other properties, he's going to hit me up as soon as possible.
So he's going to use you as well. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Did it feel good knowing that they want to give you the business back?
Yeah.
Felt great, right?
Yeah.
Did you get anyone else, or that was the person, the one?
That was the one. He said he was going to give me a call back in 3 months because he's out of the country right now.
Okay, cool. All right, good. So he got one. Derek, did you have a few? Or am I missing some? Oh, you didn't get any? How'd you guys get 6? Am I missing someone? Oh, Max?
Yeah.
No, he got 3.
3.
You have to.
Well, I had 3, but he said one doesn't count.
Oh, so that's 2. So it's
Still 2.
It's 2.
Oh,
So we got
so
5.
it's 5 then.
It's a legitimate 2.
So it's 5.
I thought you had 5.
No, with your 2, you had 5.
Oh, okay. Then.
So yeah, we have 5. And then wait, Petros, James, and Genius. So
5?
it's- yeah.
Okay. And Max, you made some calls, but you didn't get anyone on the phone?
Yeah, I didn't get.
No? Okay, but it works. The exercise works, guys. So you got 5. Ricardo, how are we making out back there?
Well, we got one solid.
I think there's a mic back there. You guys got mics back there, right? I think we're okay on mics.
Well, we got one lead, and we got a few contacts that they said they were gonna refer people to us.
Who got the one lead?
I got 2 people for refers, like for the future.
Did you talk to your group, Ricardo?
Yes. Well, I talked to to the ones
Okay.
who are here.
All right, so start with Diego. What do you got, Diego?
I called a past client, a guy that I saw the property about 5 years ago. I
Yeah.
just called him and asked him if he knew anybody. He said that he didn't know anybody, but he heard the other day one of his co-workers mentioned that she was looking for a property, so he gave me her name.
Oh, wow.
And he's gonna find her number.
That's awesome. That was really good. How about you, Ricardo? Did you call anyone?
Yes, I contacted, but they were at work. But I was
Okay.
texting,
Mm-hmm.
so they said they were gonna refer a couple of
People
leads
your
to
way?
me. But yeah, that was just the future leads, but not
That's
at
great.
the
man.
moment.
But you got a couple of seeds that you planted.
Yes.
there.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Margaret? You were on the phone for a while.
Yeah, she was on the phone. She did.
How'd it go?
I spoke with James. James helped me out. His cousin is looking for a home in the Linden area, so I'm going to reach out to him. And then the first home that I ever listed, her nephew was looking to sell his grandmother's home. So she gave me his information. I'm going to reach out to him too.
Oh, wow. You got 2. Look at that. That's awesome.
So that's 3 leads.
How about you, Esther?
I didn't call clients because I just started, so I don't have that many.
But you have people that you work
Yeah, but I
with.
did call people, and it was just a matter of, when we do come across somebody, we'll let you know.
We'll refer you. Okay,
Yeah.
good. You're planting seeds.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Anyone else make any calls or get any?
I actually called 2 clients and one friend, but the friend, his phone was completely off.
Okay.
But the 2 clients, my first one was Malika,
Yeah, I remember.
and she said that she doesn't have anybody quite yet, but because I did save her $22,000, she will go ahead and keep my name in the sphere of her friends and family. And then the gentleman that I'm working with right now, that we're in attorney review, he said that he will go ahead and keep me in mind for his friends and family as well.
That's good. You guys gonna start to realize maybe not today, but hey, William, how'd you do?
Good.
Good. Did you get anyone?
Well, she said she was gonna call me back.
Oh, okay. So you tried?
To assist her.
You called somebody, a past client, present client?
Well, I'm actually helping this lady who her lease just expired,
Mhm.
and well, she wants to buy a house. I didn't know that now with other investors, when the lease expire and they don't sign a new contract, then the lease says that they have to pay an extra $100.
Yeah, a lot of leases read
yeah,
that way.
so for that reason, she's looking to buy
buy.
a house, and she actually has a sister that's also to
Looking to buy?
yeah, looking to buy a
Oh,
house.
good. So you guys got another one.
Yeah, so.
That's good. Good job.
Yeah, and she just got pre-approved too, with Patrick Saverio.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There.
That's great, guys. So let me just go ahead and show you guys. No, there really isn't any winners or losers here. Everybody here is a winner because you guys saw how easy it could be to get business right from the people that we've already dealt with. These are the warmest kinds of leads we can possibly get. But we got to get in the habit of always consistently asking for the business. And believe it or not, guys, I mean, whether the people want to give you the business or not, they're going to respect the fact that you reached out to them and asked for it, because it takes a real professional to know what you're worth. If you're not worth anything, you're not going to ask for business because you don't believe in yourself. Why should they? If you believe in yourself and you're calling people and you're asking them for the business so you can help represent other people, and granted, you got to do a good job. You can't do like a half-assed job or a bad job and call for referrals. He's going to laugh you off the phone. I'm like, what are you talking about? You were the worst. You never answer your phone. I'm surprised you're calling me. I'm surprised you know where the phone is. It could be bad, guys. So make sure that you do a good job first before you ask for the business. You know, don't be mediocre. Don't be average. You have to be exceptional. So what do we got? Like 5 in the back? What do you guys get? Give me a tally.
Like 4 leads and 3 seats.
Yeah, well, you guys all did pretty much the same. You guys did really great. So I'm gonna give Jolie and I are gonna come up with something to give you guys a special treat. But you guys all did excellent. You guys did a great job. I mean, I'm so proud of you guys for making the attempt to call and reaching out to people who normally you wouldn't reach out to. But I'm very proud of all of you. You guys are doing just the right stuff. I see a lot of the same faces over and over again at the trainings, and it's no chance that you guys. There's not by chance that you guys are doing good or on your path to doing great. So very, very good exercise today. Did you guys find this advantageous? What you guys did today?
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. How many of us didn't realize that there were so many deals sitting there for us to take? Right? We're all here driving ourselves crazy. Like, where's my next deal going to come from? Meanwhile, we got all these people that are already in our circles that we should be asking business for. So one last thing I want to leave you guys with. You probably didn't have the opportunity to do. I want everybody in this room, with the exception of Derek because he doesn't have one. I want everyone in this room who's a real estate agent to post something today on your social media and ask for a referral. Okay? So I want everyone to do that. You probably didn't get a chance to do that, but I want everyone to do that. Okay? If it's a video, even better. If it's a video of you talking, that goes so much further. Okay, good. So let's go ahead and start wrapping things up. I want to talk to you guys today about our announcements. That's the right idea, Margaret. You're laughing, but that's perfect. Those videos, guys, for those of you who don't know social media that well, the videos of you talking to the phone get more views and more likes than any other kind of videos that you guys could do. You guys could spend $1,000 on a professional video, it won't get half the likes or views.
We need 4 volunteers for it.
Yeah, good. Yeah. And so we're done here, guys. If you guys thought this was very valuable, Mike's going to need you guys to give us some reviews from how well you thought we did today on today's presentation. Okay, guys. So the announcements for today, if you guys can just give me a moment, I'll be quick. I want to talk to you guys about Culture Hustlers. Who here is a member of Culture Hustlers? Raise your hand. Okay. Now, for those of you who don't know, yeah, Jenna is a hustler, but she doesn't have the formal introduction yet. So let me explain to you guys what. Yeah, James is working his way there. So let me explain to you guys what Culture Hustlers is, right? I created an accountability group in the mornings from Tuesday to Saturday, an accountability group of people who have consistently made phone calls, are not scared to make outbound calls, and people who are serious about their business. So what I did was I invited initially 5 people to join me in this accountability group, myself included, because since I was able to have Derek agree to be my sales manager, it opened up a lot of time for me. So now in the mornings I've dedicated to what I feel like my time is best suited as, and that's to motivate other people and make sales calls along with it, because I'm very good at making sales calls. So our first week as Culture Hustlers, we got 12 listing appointments. Carlos himself had like 5 listing appointments on Saturday. So what I'm trying to explain to you guys is these are listing appointments that we probably normally would have never gotten. But because of the formation of this small group that we did, where every day we come in early, we pump each other up, we make the calls, we make hundreds of phone calls every day, we've been able to get business that we normally wouldn't have gotten. Esther, just on Friday, I think you got like maybe possibly 2 listings out of that one call?
No, I got,
out of that one call, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but normally you probably would have never made that attempt because I gave you the numbers to call that day. Normally you don't ask for them. So guys, these things really work. So as being the team leader of of your office and and putting things in place. They're all for your benefit. So why I created this small niche group, guys, is to give everyone else who wants to strive to be better, give you guys something to look forward to becoming a part of. You're all a part of Culture Estate. We're all a family here. But what I want to tell you guys is that I have to give you guys motivation. So the reason why this group is small is because I want you guys to see what this small group is capable of doing, and I want you guys to want to also strive to be a part of that accountability group. I'd like for my accountability group to be the entire office, but I have to treat it special because it is special. The people who are in that group work hard and they show dedication. So if I just allow anyone to join that group, it's a smack in the face to everyone who's worked so hard. So if you guys want to be a part of the Culture Hustlers, then I need to see you guys make some commitments to yourself. Number one, you got to sign the Me First pledge, right? You guys are familiar with that. I emailed it to everyone. I also need to see you guys make an investment in yourselves and get your own dialer, which is not exactly cheap, but it's not expensive if you value your time. A dialer can cost you about $100, $250 a month. But if your time is worth anything, then you will find that to be very cheap. And I need to see you guys really trying. If you guys are not trying, if you guys don't show up to meetings, you guys don't show up to the office, if I don't ever see you making phone calls, we're going to look at each other in culture hustlers like, I don't think this person's going to make it. They don't really have the makings of it. If you guys really want something bad enough, you guys need to be present. Showing up is half the battle. So if you guys can do these things and dedicate yourselves to doing those things, the Culture Hustlers will accept you into the group. And everyone who's been in the group has been learning, have been having fun. I got Diego making calls again consistently every day. We used to do that all the time. He's finding a lot of value in it. John Lewis jumped on board because he also finds a lot of value making these phone calls. So I really need you guys to start investing in yourselves, number one, and also taking it very seriously where it's consistent. It's not, hey, I'll show up once a week or I'll show up 3 days out of the week. We expect you guys to be there most of the time, guys. Like unless there's an emergency or there's something you can't get yourself out of, it needs to be priority. The reason why we do that is because being in front of each other and being around each other, we're holding each other accountable that during the morning hours, we're going to do all the productive things. Last week, I made calls myself. I was calling a different demographic every day. First day, I called distressed sellers. I was able to get a listing appointment. I sent one of my agents on a listing appointment this week. I've called for new, Derek and I put together a list to call for new agents so we can grow the office. I've called for expireds, which are tough. Guys, I'm not going to lie, expireds are really tough. But I got good leads out of them. I got 2 great leads out of there that are future follows. People who said, yeah, we're interested, send us your information. So there is value in doing all these things. So I just want to show you guys that if I'm taking the time to do it, there's value in it. There's nothing better you can do with your time than to meet new people, plant more seeds, get more business. That's the most valuable thing you could do. You don't get paid to check emails. You don't get paid to check into Facebook. We don't get paid to keep tabs on our paperwork. We can all do that afterwards. We can do it after 12. But if you guys are serious, maybe you guys want to, if you're thinking about getting into an accountability group, the people that are in Culture Hustlers, we spoke to each other when we had our initial meeting that we want to make sure that people who come to Culture Hustlers are serious. They're showing up. You're taking it like not lightly, okay? So if you guys are interested, we're more than happy to have you, but make sure you make those initial steps and you guys will be very thankful. If we did 12 listing appointments in 1 week, I'm sure we could ramp that up. I look forward to doing 40 to 50 listing appointments a month just from that small group. So if you guys want to participate and join, those are the parameters. Just that keep in mind we're all very serious about it, okay? Next thing I want to talk to you guys about is the dialogue training time Wednesday, 6 p.m.
Wednesday at 6 o'clock, and this time we're going back and how to identify the behavioral styles of buyers and how to adjust your dialogues and how to talk to them, which is something we did a year and a half ago.
Okay.
One time, but it's very, very, very important to adjust the way you talk to different people. So we're going to go through that again.
Mm-hmm. Good. Next thing, charity basketball tournament, guys, June 1st. Whoever is thinking of playing, we need you guys to sign up as soon as possible so we can get a final jersey count. If you guys can't play it, but you'd like to come and support us and watch, please go to our website. You guys can also send that out to all your friends and family so we can raise more funds for this organization that we're supporting. For those of you who are watching this for the first time, the BBA Basketball League in Elizabeth, that's the basketball league we're supporting. They take young kids, young males, high school kids who normally wouldn't be participating in sports or basketball. They get them off the streets. They get them into a positive atmosphere. They teach them about leadership skills and how to be part of a team. A lot of these kids end up going to college because of it. So we felt it's a great organization. Carlos Cedeno, he's a councilman. He's a pastor out of Elizabeth. We've been supporting him for years, but last year and this year, We're actually participating in creating our own basketball tournament the Culture Estate put together to raise funds for this cause. Last year we raised $3,500. This year our goal is $5,000. We're almost there, just in sponsorships already. So we really need you guys to kind of come in and just tip it over to the 5,000 mark. I'm really excited about that. This year is going to be bigger and better than last year. We have the Dunn Sports Center, which is 4 basketball courts at the same time. Last year we had 2 going at the same time, so we expect to have more participants and get things done a lot more efficiently. So it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. Last thing is the Passion and Purpose Seminar. I sent you guys out a link for anyone who's interested. It's this Wednesday, I believe, May the 15th at 12 p.m. There is a guest speaker. I think he's a very high-earning real estate agent. I think he's out of Philadelphia, I think. There's a couple agents here who are going to go. It's free, so if you guys want to go, I sent out the link last week. It's supposed to be not too far from here. I think it's less than 30 minutes away from here, but that's May the 15th at 12 p.m. if you guys are interested in going. Should be a good event. That day, if we're doing prospecting calls in the morning, we can all leave about 11:30 and get there on time. Should be a good event. So you guys are also good for networking and also good for learning. Okay, anyone have anything to add from what we covered today? What did you guys think of the training?
Awesome.
It was good? Yeah. Good. Any suggestions for the next one? Anything you guys want to hear about? Okay. So before we close out, I want to ask you guys, we need somebody for the next mastermind. Has anyone not gone yet? Has anyone not done their mastermind yet? Anyone in this room has not done their mastermind? Pretty much everyone's done one, right? We have everyone here? Does anyone want to redo theirs by any chance? Say, look, Diego put his head down so fast. He put his head down super fast. I figured you were going to say that, so flip a coin for them. Or if we do the randomizer, it's going to pick one of you guys again. Yeah. Yeah, you guys count. You know, we really do care about everybody in this company, not just the agents. Flip a coin for one, Jolie. Just use the flip a coin thing on the internet. There's a flip a coin. It's an actual thing. You have a quarter? Okay, good. Okay, heads. Heads is who? Heads is Mike. Tails is John. Hey, listen, if Joelle did one. Oh, yeah? Tails is Jonathan.
I swear I did. I'm not kidding.
Next week, Jonathan's going to tell us a little bit about himself. Okay, guys? So that'll be a lot of fun. Get to know the man, the myth, the legend. That's awesome. Okay, guys. All right. Before we close out on our prayer, what did you guys think was the biggest takeaway? Which mode of improving your happiness is the one that left the biggest impact on you? Compliment people?
I think it first starts with yourself, making sure that you're happy and healthy, and then once you are in that better space, then you can give to others.
Yeah. Which one of those exercises stuck out the most in your head, Jen?
I would say reaching out to either old clients or just people that you know, and just getting out of that comfort zone and say, hey, listen, if you ever need my services in the future, I would really appreciate it. Just stepping out of that comfort zone.
No, out of which one of these things do you think is the most important that you're going to start focusing on more? Exercise, affirmations, journaling, meditation, state change, compliments, helping others.
I'm definitely going to start the exercising because I just am not happy with myself these days.
Yeah. Well, how good did you feel after Peaches had a stretching and doing flies?
Well, I had another Premier call, so I had to go out and grab
Oh,
that.
you weren't here for that one?
I wasn't, no, I was.
Man. You owe us some jumping jacks. Good. All right. Anyone else? Esther, what do you think? What is the biggest thing you think you're going to take away from today? From the compounding happiness chart.
Definitely affirmations.
The affirmations?
Definitely.
And you're going to say it like you believe it, though?
Yes.
Like, say it like you believe it, right? Because I want you to believe it. I know it's true.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, guys. For me, I think the state change is the biggest thing out of all of them. The state change for me is it's everything. Before I come talk to you guys, I want to make sure I'm in a good state. Before I record anything, I want to make sure I'm in a good state. Before I make any phone calls, I want to make sure I'm in a good state. So always, guys, think about that before, because you can get to a good state in any one of these things, okay? But the state change that we did with Derek is just an example of how quickly you can get into a state change, right? Just by a quick dance, you know. My God, that was insane. Derek?
I would agree with you. I think the state change, at least for me, is probably the most powerful one.
Mm-hmm.
You can exercise, you can do the affirmations, you can do all those things in the morning, but then things can happen throughout the day that change your state for
Because they will.
negatively. And just knowing that you have the power to change it, like seconds, back to a positive state is just very
absolutely
powerful, I think.
Yeah, so let's give it. We got how much time? We got 1 minute left of the Cotton Eye Joe song. Come on, Derek. Let's play. Come on, Derek. Come on, Derek. Come on, guys. Everybody get up. Everybody get up. Give Derek a. Come on, Derek. Come on, Derek. Come on, Derek. Come on, Derek. Let's do the country. Come on. We're not gonna leave this room until everybody's done a Cotton Eye Joe song. Come on, do it. We'll follow Derek. Don't worry about them. Dance like you want to dance. Come on, guys. Dance like Derek. Come on, guys. Come on, John. Derek. Derek, come on. One more. Give us a signature move. The signature move.
I don't know.
All right, good, Derek. Thank you so much. We did it again. We're all in a much better mood. I'm in a much better mood than I was in one minute ago. Oh my God, that was awesome. See how powerful that is, guys? Okay. Me First Pledge, whatever doesn't have it, please, especially if you're on a Hustlers, I need your Me First Pledge. I want to make sure that you took the time to actually write this down. And with that being said, I just want to close out with our prayer. Thank you so much, Derek. You're always a good sport when it comes to these things. I know I tend to pick on you a lot, but it's because I see that you have a lot of potential to grow. So I always pick on you because I want to see you get uncomfortable for sure. So with that being said, guys, I'll just break out in our prayer and we'll get out of here. You guys did great. I think we're closing out a little bit early today. Okay, so first of all, I want to thank our Lord. I want to thank our Lord for having us here one more day, as He always has us here on Mondays. I'm so grateful that we see new faces in our audience. I'm so grateful that we're reaching a tremendous amount of people through the power of social media, and I'm so thankful that we have the right people with us here in this room. We have the people that God wants us to have in this room, and we should be thankful for everyone here that is beside us, because we never know when our last breath is going to be. We never know when our last breath is going to be. So thank you, Lord, for giving us the ability to be here one day present in your grace. We also want to ask you for forgiveness in case we have done anything to hurt ourselves and others. We are not perfect, and we strive every day to be a little bit better than we were the day before. So we just ask you to keep us in your grace and watch over us for this entire week until we join each other again into a next meeting, and give us the patience, give us the knowledge, and also give us the strength to make it through every day when life gives us curveballs. Give us the ability to remember what we learned today and all the things that will make us happier, all the things that make us more fruitful, and all the abundance that we can have with your power. And also remember that help us remember that we are not alone, and we need to help other people as well. So with that being said, thank you for everything we have in our lives. We're very grateful. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you, guys. Great job today. Great job, Derek. Great job, Derek. I can see Derek in this video. Who would have thought this song would have been so big? Let's get a bunch of hillbillies and make them dance.